begins tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you.
It's a toaster. Dalek, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Is this world protected? But you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them?
Hello. I'm the doctor.
Yes, indeed, everyone. Yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're doing well wherever you find yourself in the world today. What did happen to the doctor? Nothing good, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing good. I mean, a lot of fun stuff for a good, maybe it's 50, 52, 53 years, you know. That was all pretty darn good. I think 54 years. And then came the dark times. Then came the empire. Man, things are just getting so out of control. Right, and I keep saying it, and it keeps getting worse. It's unbelievable. Well, we're in a very dark time right now, ladies and gentlemen. In Kabbalistically and realistically, we are, okay. So Kabbalistically, like the world is, the year is made up thus, as I understand it. You know, you have the Jewish New Year. Oh, I'm totally frozen. Whoa, that was weird. I was totally frozen. What's going on? It doesn't even seem my browser's not overloading. I don't know. Maybe I got a bunch of tabs open from my bleeding calls. That normally eats up your system resources, right? But anyway, as I said, we are in dark times right now, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, like truly dark times, in every sense of the word. You know, as I said, Kabbalistically, the year works out thus. You have the Jewish New Year in like September, October time. We finished it about a month ago. And then, you have a 6 month period, which is spoken about as a 6 month pregnancy with 3 trimesters, right? They're each 2 months long. And if you've ever had a baby, not you personally, if you're a bloke, but, if you've ever been, if you ever reared children, you all know the first trimester, right? The most is actually happening inside someone's body, but the least is actually visible, right? You can't really see anything that's going on other than, morning sickness, also culture, morning sickness, right? Or, when you see a rocket launch, that initial. That's when it uses the most fuel to get out of the atmosphere, and it does the most essentially. But it seems like it's not really doing much. You see rocket launches. If you see them from far, they're like, they don't really seem that impressive. Now, rocket landing. I mean, the Elon Musk rocket landing still blows my mind, right? Still blows my mind. My wife was like, "Well, that's what it's supposed to do." Okay, fine. So that's the period we're in right now, right? We get up to like Christmas time, Hanukkah time, and that's when you see like the first you start showing, right? And that's when that second trimester starts. You start seeing the results, of what's been happening in these last few months, right? And then by the time you get like a month later, it's you see the first shoots. It's the New Year for trees for Jews, and that's essentially when the first shoots of new plants come out of the soil, right? And so you actually start to see what it is that year will be. But the year isn't really born until Easter time, Passover time. All right, when then whatever you prayed for, or you did do during the Jewish New Year, you actualize it, right? It becomes real. But the point is this: right now, again, physically and spiritually, we are in a very dark time, and also like the nights are drawing in; it's darker out, and also that's being really very much played out right now. We have seen, Britain has become seemingly not a free country, not a totalitarian country, where the government uses the police not to protect its citizenry, but to intimidate their citizenry, right? And the government is on the side of the worst people, quite frankly. We see Jews are banned from Birmingham, and nobody's like, well, I mean, you get a few people saying it's a bad thing. Normal English people do, right? They're like, I can't believe this has happened, right? So same with the New Yorkers. They're like, I can't believe this happened. Man, they are in for a shit show over there in New York. And the Trump did badly. Well, the Republicans did badly, so it reflects badly on Trump. There's a dark time right now in these recent elections. And Trump's pushing to get this thing called the filibuster removed, which is this weird thing where as long as you keep talking, you can't do any law, you can't move forward, right? And Trump's saying, like, if we get that removed, we can end the government shutdown, we can get a whole bunch of stuff done. And the reason people are pissed off with us now, because look, the country's a shit show. It's been on hold for like 4-6 weeks. All right, people aren't getting paid. They're not getting their food stamps. No wonder it's not going well, right? And the Republicans are like, well, how do we do that? The Democrats might use it against us. I'm like, are you stupid? They're gonna get rid of it the minute they get into power anyway, right? Which will be next year, right? So this is a real test of my prediction model, which flies in the face of logic and common sense often, but very much this time, right? My prediction model is that it's based on trying to view the theological currents, looking at the world from God's point of view. That's why I was so shocked that Trump lost the 2020 election, right? Because the big mistake I made was thinking I understood what God's plan was. And God's plan is to destroy this, like, complete and total, we call it sheker, falsehood from the world, right? And you see it cracking and crumbling more so every day. The sooner it falls, the better. And then it got chased out of America, and it set up court in England. But now there was a resurgence of it. Now they talk about the process of redemption as like a tide coming in. It goes forward, it goes back, it goes forward, it goes back. Right? It's and certainly in the last week it's gone back. Right? And for me, it's very hard to keep focused on what I believe to be true, right? Because what you see all around you contradicts it. So this time next year, we will know. But before this time next year, around this time next year, we will know. It's like exactly one year from today, we will know if my prediction model is right or wrong. And my prediction model is Trump is Teflon, essentially, because he's doing God's will. From my theological worldview, right? I can see this guy Mamdani being very good news for Trump, in many, many ways. I mean, I think, look, he's like Sadiq Khan got into power before the normies woke up and realized just like how crazily terrible, these invaders were, these foreign invaders were, and they're here to invade and conquer your cities, right? And they conquered London. Right, they conquered Minnesota and they conquered New York. I mean, they have done, right? And they conquered it, and they're going to give away free, and they're going to take your money, and they're going to give away free shit to the worst people in the world, and they're going to turn into the shithole countries that they came from, right? Just look at Birmingham, right? Birmingham, where Jews are banned, it's a shithole country, right? It's a shit. I mean, like, it's awful. I mean, see the garbage everywhere. There's no rubbish everywhere, and there's not being picked up. And like all the the foreigners that live there, like, yeah, but this is what it's like. We don't care. Again, because it's a mistake to think that other cultures share your values, right? And a mistake that liberals have made for coming up to about 40 years now, right? And I think that mistake's becoming evident and undeniable. However, they will always deny it, right? They will literally always deny it. And for them, they don't care how many people get stabbed, how many little girls get raped. They just don't care. They would rather that than admit they're wrong, right? I don't get what's so bad about admitting you're wrong, right? But yeah, so it's dark times right now. But I think darkest before the dawn. Always said that. I am hoping by the time we get to like Hanukkah, Christmas time, there's going to be some world-changing apocalypse. But I'm always hoping for that, right? I am always hoping for that way we might get to miss the war between the land and the sea, which sounds like a shit show. Oh my God. Really, Russell? Really? Sea devils are racist? Against who? Against mythical sea people? Really? Like, who complained? Aquaman? Like, it's really, that's one. I mean, I haven't read the art, I haven't read what he actually says, so I got to see it in context. But that is the most batshit crazy stuff. I like that. That's Russell D. Davies out Russell D. Davising himself. Anyway, through the wonders of AI, there's been a special episode of Seinfeld made, which very much reflects the change of tone in New York. And how's it going? So you got George and Jerry having a conversation. George sounds perfect. Jerry's a bit stilted. Needs a bit of work. Yeah, we got doing. This must be it over here.
Zoran Mamdani.
Zoran Mamdani to you too, dear sir.
This city, Jerry. This city was built on Jewish pastrami and protest signs. We were always there. Front row at every march, every cause, every movement. Civil rights, gay rights, refugee rights.
And now?
Now we're the ones being thrown under the bus.
And that bus is a free ride.
You think that's funny? Imagine a Jewish mayor in a Muslim city like
London?
Exactly! You can't even wear a kippah in London without sprinting.
I want to see the free bus ride policy on one of those red double-deckers.
What's with this weird LGBTQ and Islamist alliance, Jerry? When we told them to get a job, we didn't mean a he-job.
Hi. I'm out, boys. I'm leaving the city.
You're not even Jewish.
Yeah, but I'm white. I'm straight. And I own an apartment in Manhattan, Jerry. They're coming to get me.
He owns his apartment? I always thought he was renting.
So, mid-journey Doctor Who could probably do that better. But I think that very much sums up the news. It's crazy. We got so much to get to later. We have so much. We got Rusty Davis. How is he so stupid? Like, how? How do you knock it out the park of stupid every time you open your idiot mouth? It's incredible, right? So we've got that to go through. We've still got to go over the fallout of Doctor Who coming back next Christmas, which people are like, really? And the bonkers denial that Ncuti Gatwa was a good doctor. He wasn't. He wasn't, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, really? And it really makes me not crazy. It just rolls my eyes. This push to normalize Jodie Whittaker and her era and make that part of Doctor Who. I don't care how many times you say it. It's never going to happen. I mean, it's never going to happen for my area fandom. And I think my area of fandom is way bigger than the people who control, the means of communication of fandom, which is essentially the purple-haired weirdos that took over Doctor Who magazine. All right, and we got to review Doctor Who magazine. It's a very weak issue, right? It's mostly a Carol Ann Ford interview, which I don't mind, but I'm not that interested. I'm always interested mostly in, how Doctor Who's progressing in the future. That's why I like the new adventures, right? That's why I like the AI stuff. I like to see the future, right? Where we're going. And where we're going for reason been absolutely awful, right? But like I know spending most of the issue having an in-depth. I mean, it's just a way of saving money, essentially. And like back in the old days, this would have been a 8-page, maybe 12-page interview, like 30 pages. And again, I have nothing against her, but that should have been a special issue in of itself. Right, that would have made a lot more sense. But again, it's just a way of saving money, right? Because you know you're paying Ben Cook for the interview, and that's it, right? The more pages you get under that, the more pages you get out of that. It's not like you're adding any more money into producing it, right? So that's going there. Tomorrow we have Frankenstein coming out, so think Sunday will be a review of that. Oh, and very excited, ladies and gentlemen. I told you we're in this like dark phase right now, and I'm like kind of on a vice detox from that 2 years war, right? Which a lot of people don't really believe is over. I actually think it is, right? I hope it is, right? Because again, the only way I got through it is a lot of vices, right? A lot of vices. Again, seriously, don't do drugs, kids. Especially don't do them to the level that I did. Because it's not really the fun. Oh, so I'm like detoxing from weed. Again, don't do drugs. It's bad for you. Even though often awesome. Especially if you want to watch Warriors Gate at the same time. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. So it's been like, I don't know. I got like a good, I would say month to go minimally, right? Like to clean myself out. And I'm also like not eating flour. I'm trying to avoid sugar, right? No fun in any way, shape. That's what it is. No fun in any way, shape, or form, right? So as such, life is just like a dark drudgery. Oh, but man, I have to. Like again, the only way I got through that war is you cannot understand it if you were there. I mean, if you weren't there, right? You can't understand how great it is not being at war. And again, it's not like I was on the front lines, but it's weighing on you constantly. It really is. But anyway, so now I've got regular life weighing on me constantly. Regular life is quite dull, as it would turn out, right? Oh, God, what I'm doing right now is really boring. Actually, some is okay. But just so yes, this is a dark times later. Anyway, what we have, I got two big finishes. I need to review. Right, one of them was very good. Right, one was actually good. The other one was I can't recommend it, even though I really wanted to. Right, I think that it's a fair. That's a fair take on it. But first, you know what? Let's start off with this. Start off with the new SFX magazine. Hang on, I go to my magazines. I've got to log in again. Really? Oh yeah, no, I've got to tell you my big news, right? My big news is thus that our cell phone company called up my wife the other day and said, "Oh, we see you fiber optic interwebs." Yeah, and it goes down often, as we know, because how it is, we had a router, and then we had a like an extender, right? And I think the extender was dodgy, and so they offered us a better deal. It's like it worked out to like $5 less a month, but they said we can't raise the price of this. I'm like, well, nobody's really raised the price yet. But okay, fine. So the guy came today to give us a new modem, and it was just a stress fest, right? It was just a complete and total stress fest because I don't like changing anything that's working. If it's working, I like to keep it where it is because I don't like the risk of it not working. So this guy came and installed it. In Israel, you can't really tell if someone is an Arab or a Hebrew, right? And this guy turned out to be very Arab. He was a nice guy. But when he made a phone call to his office, he was like, and I'm like, really? And I thought maybe he feels as scared as I do. And then I thought, nah, but he doesn't. Anyway, so it took about half an hour to get him to turn it on. And I'm like sitting on spilkers. I'll give you a Jewish word. Spilkers. I was worried. I was sitting on spilkers, waiting for it, and then thank God it worked. So it looks like it's a much more solid connection. So hopefully the interwebs won't be going out anymore, which will be very, very good, right? I'm quite happy about that. Anyway, let's have a look at SFX magazine for the month, and then I think we'll move on to the chat. How is there so much Doctor Who news? It's really beyond me. The sad thing about Stranger Things is I'm so not excited for it. Right? I really enjoyed Stranger Things. Don't I really genuinely did. And there's no spark there at all anymore. Right? And they haven't done anything wrong. Everything they've done, they delivered pretty well, I think. It's just, I'm like, it's been too long, right? And I've forgotten about it. You know, it wasn't that classic a show that you remember it years later. It was probably a weaker show than Cobra Kai, right? But yeah, look, I guess I will certainly be watching it. So let's have a look, see what's it. So they made the cover. We got Stranger Things, Wicked for Good. Oh God, that sounded awful. All right, let's forget. We'll just go straight into the issue. And again, Darren's got the editor. Thank God he's using a current picture of himself now, right? Because I don't know, he's just such a Access Media guy, and they're always crying about new media because we beat them. Absolutely loving it. Welcome to Derry. No interest whatsoever. Right? Gorgeous, epic, and terrifying. By the way, I did enjoy Alien Earth. Everybody else hated it. I genuinely loved it. Film is fabulous. We had no news from them yet. Obviously, I'm gutted about that. Spooky season is over for another year, but the countdown resets. I mean, I prefer Christmas. I'm not really a Halloween fan that much, to be honest with you. Times are tough for magazines. Yeah, fuck you. You know what times are tough for magazines? Because you're mindless shills. This used to be a great magazine. Used to be fun. Used to be a bit provocative. Now it's just like tame, woke, and lame. Which, you know, is the entertainment industry you cover. So I don't care times are tough for you, right? I hope they stay tough for you because you deserve it to go badly. We got, I love Doctor Who. I love David Pelham's book cover art for the 70s Penguins. So I'm loving how Sean Coleman matches up the two together for his latest postcard pack. Check him out, Etsy.com. Coleman Design UK? Okay, 1 second. We do. I'll go to it on this window, so I don't have to keep going backwards and forwards. Okay, so we go Etsy.com/UK/shop/Coleman Design UK. Is that correct? Okay, let's have a look, see what this is. Featured items. What is this? It looks like... Okay. I don't really get it. I'm confused. What's this one? No, these don't appeal to me at all. They're not my bag, man. I'm glad he likes them, but I would not be buying any of these. Get in. I'm glad you liked it, mate. Good for you. Whatever. Rats, to be honest, I'm exhausted of reading about missing Doctor Who episode years ago. I'm excited at the point where the title sequence of one actually is playing on my TV. So I kind of agree with him there. That's actually a fair point. I mean, like, we've been teased. And normally this rabbi likes being teased, but it's normally, by a small team of, loose women, and they're teasing me with their tongue, right? Tongues, I should say. But This type of teasing, not so fun. Not so fun. Apparently, the Doctor Who magazine got in some trouble because they're saying there's definitely at least one full Hartnell story coming, and then it turns out they really don't know what we're talking about. Who knows, right? The Ever Wonderful Hellball magazine has put together Tales of Occult Britain, its first anthology of spine-tingling short stories. Check it out for hellballzine.com. Right, not really. I lost myself in UK cinema retro trailer reels on YouTube with a treasure house of old movie trailers, adverts, and assorted nostalgic trailers. Okay, let's have a look. Was it UK cinema retro? Wait, yeah, one second. I'll go over here. So it's what? We have to go to, I'll do a search for UK cinema retro trailer reels. Is this the channel? Oh, okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Let's see what's on it. Open this up. Okay, let's close down the sexy stuff. Kelly's Heroes. Sleepy Hollow, Colt's Bride. I mean, it's weird that these are retro because there's like, you know, some of them aren't that old, and I kind of remember them. 7, Ocean's 12. Yeah. Wait, it's a 21-minute Star Trek the Motion Picture cinema. Oh, well, this is the reel the trailer reel that went with it. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, fine. So I would probably watch this. This is not trailer for the movie. It's the trailers they showed with the movie. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm down for this. This looks fun. All right. How are they 20 minutes long? Fifth Element. I like that Lone Ranger movie. Yeah, boy, that guy vanished from sight from Hollywood, didn't he? What was his name? The guy who starred in Lone Ranger? I know. Tara Bennett in the People's Republic of California. Begonia is smart, ruthless satire about humanity tied up with an unexpected genre ribbon. You'll be thinking about it long afterwards. I don't think so. I wonder what's happened in 2025. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker cost $593.7 million, basically killing their entire slate up to 2026. Never make a trilogy without planning and finishing script kids. Oh my God. Finally, we agree on something, Tara. Finally, we agree on something. Fine. Goofy Gotham. What's this? Director Mike Roth on how Merry Little Batman became a series. I'm trying to read Absolute Batman. I just haven't been able to break into it. It's just not interesting me that much. So when is that on? I'm never going to watch it. Prime Video. Okay. So yeah, I gave up watching Gen V. I'm probably going to skip The Boys as well. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have time for your woke bullshit, right? I just don't. Alpha is in cinemas. Not really interested. The Immortal Hulk. So this is written with in collaboration with Johnny Depp. Must be he's developing, a property for cinema. Right, and this is just, I don't get this at all. How is this being made? Who wants to read this? Shooty Gatwa comics. Nobody wants to see Shooty Gatwa on TV. I just can't imagine the market for it is very good. All right, I really can't imagine the market. And look at it, such a ripoff of Stranger Things. Yeah, I can't imagine that there's like, more Shooty Gatwa comics. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody likes Shooty Gatwa, including the people who work with him. Sweet Dreams. Netflix tackles Sandman again, but this time as an anime film in your dreams. Well, okay, Sandman I thought was a massive disappointment. It actually made me dislike the comic. Zarja's Yearbooks. Okay, so I illegally downloaded the Judge Death special. And fantastic cover by Brian Bowler, but generally speaking, meh. Right, sadly, I mean, I like it when I like things, right? But it's not that often. Aliens versus Captain America. I kind of like the Alien versus whatever. It's kind of a fun little genre. But again, I enjoyed Alien Earth. Man, everybody else hated it. I can't believe how much everybody else hated it. Some kind of cartoon, The Mighty Nephids on Prime Video. And I like again, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do animation of this quality via AI next year. Right? I really hope that's going to happen. This is how we roll. What is this? Kerry Gillian and Stephen Hand's role play again in Dialogue. Yeah, it looks okay, but look, I'm sorry. The mainstream comic industry just woke itself to death, and I'm not into it. Like, I have no interest in going back to it. Again, that's why I tried Absolute Batman. Like, maybe it's good. Nah, boring shit. It really is. What's it? Secret of the Mighty Avengers vs. 1970s leaves Bloomsbury's Marvel Age of Comics line. Okay. Not really in for that nostalgia bait either, frankly. But Jesse Plemons, blimey, he's lost weight. Like, he was really, really chunking out. Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons that star, then they often move together. Star in Yorgos's Lathamos Out This World comedy drama Begonia. Oh, what's the name? Tara Bennett just mentioned that. Oh. Is that Emma Stone? Emma Stone with a bald head, like with the close cut hair. She could do Servalan, right? She's got kind of a severe look. Bunny Talks, not to me, bloody doesn't. What is this? Zootopolis in the cinema. Yeah, no, fuck off, leave me alone. Just the Ticket. Oh, this is A Night of the Seven Realms. Well, I did enjoy. I still am enjoying House of the Dragon. Right? Maybe this will be good. I mean, like, man, the amount of time it's taken them to try and resurrect Game of Thrones, right? It's incredible. They should have really just got a different creative team in after season 5. What we got here? Dead. Oh, what's the news? We got new. I impressed when the news was in columns on each page. Yeah, not interested. Not interested. Not interested. Let's have a look at this. Starfleet Academy. Oh, fuck off. White Lotus's Brittany O'Grady talks to Bern Gorman just signed for the next Jumanji movie. Warner Brothers Animated bring Dark Knight, Nightfall to screen. I never liked that much. I thought it was kind of stupid. Lee Pace, who I like a lot, joins Invincible as I never finished last season. Season 3 as Thrag, Grand Regent of the Viltruman Empire. Nice working again. I mean, I do like Lee Pace. He's normally very good. Disney Plus is developing Afterlife with Archie, reimagining Riverdale as a zombie-ridden apocalyptic hellscape. Well, that's what the comics did. I think that's actually probably a good idea. New Adventures Sabrina creator Roberto Sacre is on board as writer and executive producer. The Weeping Woman returns in The Revenger La Lorna. I never heard. Didn't know when she came back the first time. Minecraft 2, no. X-Men 97, people like it. It's not really for me. Resident Evil, Scarlett Johansson is Mother Goth on live action Tangled. I never saw Tangled, so I don't really care. Zach Van and Dolly Wells are joining Young Frank, a very Young Frank side prequel to the Mel Brooks movie. I had no idea Mel Brooks was still alive, right? Blows me away. Jeremy Irons, who's always good in freaking everything, right? Absolutely everything, is in the latest Mortal to join Highlander reboot. I'm looking forward to this movie. I can't wait till we see a trailer. And may I really recommend Highlander 2, the Renegade cut? That's really good, right? It's so much better. At least it makes sense. So much better than the theatrical cut. I mean, they've shot new stuff for it. It looks like a bad trailer for that. Hang on, let's have a look. YouTube. I always kind of like the Highlander TV show, but it was just so cheap, right? Highlander, the Renegade version trailer. Let's see if I can find it. Not the quickening. No. Yeah, Highlander 2 was a massive disappointment. But if you can find the Renegade cut, it's really good. It's good. Not really good. Simpsons movie, who cares? Andor's Disney God joins Greta Gerwig's Narnia and the Magic Magicians next year. Nephew, that sounds like it's going to be a shit show beyond shit shows. I don't know, who's it? Meryl Streep playing Aslan or something? Which producer developing for the big screen? I don't really care. As a novella, The Rap. Netflix brings The Pagans, a new superhero drama from Joshua Zetuma, creator of Say Nothing. Battlestar Galactica, finally something I recognize. Mary McDonald, probably the most boring cast member. And I love Battlestar Galactica. I'm in the middle of a rewatch of it, loving it. Vision Quest, Anna Sawai, John Boyega, and John Cho among the voice cast of the animated feature Slime, featuring an anime-inspired pre-apocalyptic sci-fi monster flick with retro video sensibilities. Really? Derivatives much? Add another miscreant to Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Marvin Jones II is Tombstone, a character he previously voiced in the Spider-Verse movies. Pamela Anderson production company and her sons, get it? Oh, and her sons, is doing a TV version of Barbed Wire. Really, Pamela? Really? I mean, look, that was not a good movie. I recommend Pam and Tommy, though, which is all about that movie coming out and her sex tape. Front Areas, Helmer, not a bad movie. Joachim Ronning is developing the sea-based thriller Here Be Monsters, rumored to be a maritime thing on Alien and the Thing. Nope, Brandon Prier will star in the next. Brandon Prier will star. I don't care. Okay, and what's this? Season 3 of Daredevil is officially gone green light. Kristen Ritter dusts down Jessica Jones's leather jacket for season 2. Rebecca Ferguson is in Doom Part 3. We knew that. John Woodvine. Oh, yes. Dr. Stallwood. No longer with us, sadly. Dungeons and Gorgons. Okay, look, I like Strange Things. I'm just not excited anyway. There's zero excitement. I'm hoping when I watch it, it'll get me into it again. I'm not even excited enough to rewatch the old ones because they're too fucking long. There's too much of it to do a rewatch, right? And honestly, yeah, I think this whole concept was probably ran its life by the end of the last series, even though it didn't come to a conclusion. I think it probably it's gone as far as it can go, right? Maybe this will be great. I hope it's great, right? I don't know. But I don't know. Will it be good? I mean, hopefully it'll get me excited. Now, again, this always blows my mind that Ariana Grande looks like a complete anorexic, self-destructive weirdo. And whatever her name is, who's a completely batshit crazy, right? Looks so weird and scary. But when she plays a witch and she's got green makeup on, she actually is like looks normal. This is the most normal I've seen her look. All right. And normally she's got like these weird piercings everywhere. Again, just scares the shit out of me. Jeff Goldblum as a wizard is quite good, right? But again, this is just not something I'm really interested in at all. Nice design work though introducing the wizard to is probably a good idea. But yeah, it doesn't really do much for me. So what's this? Infinite step into the mind of Douglas Adams and a new immersive new production of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That looks awesome. Like an interactive Hitchhikers? That here, is there a link to it if I click it? Let's have a look, see what I'm to click there. Yeah, we accept all the cookies. Oh, sorry. Okay, £42 a ticket. Not so bad. Where's it playing? This looks really cool. They should have a trailer. Oh, it's coming out now. September 15th. So where is it? Ticket info, company, venue. Oh, where's the venue? Oh, in Hammersmith. Okay, so I'll probably be killed being a Jew, but you know, it does look good. Here, let's see what they have on Twitter. Maybe it's they have some stills, I think. Rehearsal room. Good design for Marvin. That's really good. All right. this looks really interesting. If I lived in England, I would want to go to it. Oh man, that looks cool. Yeah, we'll get a video of that so we can see it better. Like that's a really good design. Pull that up. Man, do you remember when they tried to do that with Doctor Who? What was it? Time Fracture? That died a bloody death, didn't it? Oh, come on. I keep getting a whizzy wheel. There we go. Doing.
Welcome to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Not an Earth book. Never published on Earth. And until this moment, never seen or heard of by any Earthling. Nevertheless, a wholly remarkable book, if I do say so myself.
That was cool. Yeah, look, if you live in England, I recommend that. I would go to that. Stuck for Halloween. So when's it on? Book now before the end of it. Again, if you live in England and London's not a million miles away, I think that's a recommend, right? So they're remaking Running Man, and I don't really see it. Why? I mean, I really prefer. I mean, maybe it's going to be great, but every time they do these remakes, they're not as good. Like Total Recall. What's the other one they did that was deeply mediocre? I can't remember. New Witcher, which is dying a death. Oh my god, it's really doing bad apparently. And again, look, The Witcher just went away from the books and super duper woke. That's why Henry Cavill left. Yeah, bye. So I only watched the first season. I only watched it because Henry Cavill's such a great guy. Frankly, good cover for Series 2, Callis War. What they got? Oh man, I think when those Blu-rays come out, we will cover this article. Well, okay, let's see what's in there. What's on the disc. Disc 1, Redemption Shadow, 2 are restored with optional CG effects. They're not CG. They're model shots, right? Again, should be AI rather than CG. Character introductions, Aurak, Series 2 documentary, Liberation. Series 1 was excellent. Trials and Continuity, Space World model footage. Clean closing titles, Series 1 and 2, clean opening titles. Tons of PDFs. Deskwood, our main draft script. I never look at the PDFs. So that's disc 1. More PDFs. We got Brian Crouch auditioning. Oh, wow. For Blake. I got to see that. That looks awesome. In Conversation with Brian Crouch. I bet that's good. That's Matthew Sweet. Telecon 1999 convention. Photo gallery. Don't really care. Series 2 visual effects. Disc 3, you got Pressure Point Trial. And Giant. David Jackson. Tribute documentary and the making of Blake 7 part 2. Oh yeah, that was never released, right? I got that from YouTube years ago. They're very good. Kevin Davies made them. This 4 is Killer and Hostage. 2 are restored with optional CG. I don't think the CG effects. Sally Cameron talking about the character of Inga. Maximum, the life of Jacqueline Pierce. I bet that's going to be awesome. I'm down for that. I am totally down for that. Look, come back. Where'd you go? Killer, Hostage, 2 episodes, blah, blah, blah. Disc 5. Countdown, Voices from the Past. Brian Crouch talking about Voices from the Past. Multicolor Swap Shop. Gareth Thomas. In Conversation, Roger Murray Leach. That I gotta see. The trailer for the Blu-ray box set, delivers 1998 convention, Jan Chapel. Gambit, Star Wars. Hey, did I miss? Well, one of my favorite episodes. What it's what is it again? It definitely season 2. Oh, Gambit, right? There it is. Gambit, the Keepers. I love Gambit. One of my all-time faves. So, Peppermint 1, Small World, Saturday Superstore, Seen Today, Sally Kivnet talking about Bruce Purchase, Matt's Models, DVD Series Trees trailer, The Ballad of Travis 2, I have no idea, Mutoys featurette, DVD CG opening sequence for Series 2, DVD menu theme loop. Okay, new features are Ask Aspel and the audio bloopers. There's definitely less on these than there is on the Doctor Who sets, but they're done equally lovingly. Right? Yeah, and again, beautifully photographed. But right, I would say AI is it's the way to get. You could do all this in AI. Mid-Journey Doctor Who has totally showed us that. So I haven't thought about this show for years. I should really give it another look. I bet it's better than I remember, and I remember it being quite good. Right? Adding Tom Baker into it was really quite. If you haven't seen it, it's a remake of the 1970s Randall and Hopkirk Deceased. And there's one bit where you see the original Hopkirk, I think, right? Or Randall, when he's like in heaven, and he doesn't say anything. But yeah. Tom Baker in it was really well. Yeah, this is like revived Doctor Who. It was this. Charlie Higginson's latest collaboration with Jim Moore is Willie Harry Stee, A History of British Kings and Queens. Now, I have no idea. Okay. Tasha Suri, Mythical Country, the fantasy writer tells us about her new novel. Okay. And we're on to, man, this looks nice. How much is this? Star Wars, the Skywalker saga and stunning detail. But when you say that means it's going to have the sequels trilogy in it. It's going to have sequel stuff. I'm not interested. But look at that. I mean, I think I am interested. This is gorgeous. Is this out now? What's this called? Star Wars, the Blueprints. Is there a link to it? Here, let's look at Amazon. Amazon. Let's see. Okay. Star Wars, the Blueprints. Come back. There you go. Star Wars, the Blueprints. Blueprints. Only £35. Oh, I'm tempted. I am tempted. Oh, this does look nice, doesn't it? I mean, it does look very nice. It's a sort of coffee table I would just enjoy sitting down and looking at. That's pretty cool. What's this other one that's more expensive? No, this is from 10 years ago. Hey, that looks good. That looks like a recommend. So Tron Ares, not a bad movie, not a good movie, and not really much to do with any of the other movies, but I found it reasonably entertaining, distracting. The Thing with Feathers, I don't know what there's. Begodia, man, third time they're mentioning it in this issue. Okay, this is a better issue, by the way, than the latest issue of Doctor Who magazine. Primitive War, Alpha, it doesn't get better than this. Good Fortune. Is this a streaming movie? Is it in the cinema? I know. Chef Rogen was talented. I can't even avoid it now. The Peacemaker season 2 definitely inferior to season 1. Right? Sadly, and I really like season 1. I like James Gunn a lot. I want to see him successful. James Gunn may well be in trouble, though. Right? May well be in trouble. Here, I'll just break into this story quickly. Because Hollywood A-listers may be blacklisted for anti-Semitism under Paramount's new anti-woke leadership. Right. So there's like everybody in Hollywood's deeply left-wing. This is like a pro-Trump guy is in charge of Paramount. So I'm very optimistic, by the way, for Star Trek because of it, right? But this is great. I am all like Mark Ruffalo getting blacklisted. Fuck you. And honestly, I sincerely liked David Cornsweet in the Superman movie. I didn't rank it. I found it perfectly fine, entertaining. He's just signed this letter along with these other little fuck faces that they won't work with the Israeli film industry because of Israel's brutal genocide, which never fucking happened. And by the way, you know, it just shows you how full of shit. I mean, we all know how full of shit the British government is. You know, they're all like, oh, incitement of violence. You said shit, can't have dicks. You're inciting violence. Hate. Meanwhile, everybody in government knows clearly there was no genocide in Gaza. There was no false famine in Gaza, right? They know. And yet, will any of them will there be any official government statement saying, no, the facts are that, you know, a genocide is this and that was not a genocide? Will they? No, because they're desperate for that Muslim vote, right? Which they're not going to get anyway, right? Again, look at Zoran Mamdani. Once they can vote for their own, they'll vote for their own, right? And Zoran Mamdani's victory speech was a lot like, what's his name? Tom Hardy doing Bane in Batman. Oh, no. We will be for the people, by the people. Weird performance, that. Weird performance. I haven't seen Tom Hardy doing anything for a while. I like Tom Hardy a lot. So David Cornsweet signing this letter. I'm like, fuck you, Cornsweet. I don't care if the whole gunverse gets cancelled, even though that'd be very bad. Now, I don't give two shits, right? I don't care. Who's this little fuckface? Okay, yeah. Paramount under new leadership, Trump family billionaire David Ellison. Could this be the man to save culture, right? Paramount's WB bid. Will David Cornsweet be replaced as Superman after Blacklist report? I hope so. Look, I mean, Gunn's looking dodgy as well, right? But is he the one that's going to get it? Paramount going to land it? I hope Paramount does land it, man. Like I'm really optimistic for Star Trek at this point, right? Revival season 1, Gen V. I was out after the first or second episode, essentially because it was now in there. It's basically where The Boys is a comedic riff on Justice League. Gen V is a comedic riff on X-Men when they're all at the school. But now the school's like all these super Christian people there, and they just this hatred of Christianity. It's like, it's done. It's over. This comes out tomorrow. I am looking forward to it, right? I am definitely looking forward to it. We will be reviewing this on Sunday. Altered States. Man, what year was that from? 1980. It's long, 45 years ago now. Doors of Darkness. I have no idea what that is. The Ambulance. Don't really care. The Dead of Night. What's recurring? What is this? Remarkable consistent piece of Fireside Entertainment. Okay. And there's this thing called Die Gothic, Volume 2. There's the Sam Neill Mouth of Madness from 1990. Short Sharp Shocks, Volume 4. What the hell was that? Cheap movie? I don't know. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Okay. Edward Scissorhands, Eyes Without a Face. Rocket Horror Picture Show, they're all being released in 4K. 3 times Extremes. Night Gallery. Oh, man. Night Gallery was the inferior follow-up to Twilight Zone by Rod Serling, but not bad at all. Much more horror-based. Right? Do you like Oiled Pecs? If you like Oiled Pecs, this might be for you, right? Trying to jump on the Arnie wave of the time. And then, again, Dave, you dumb fuck. Oh, Fantastic Four First Steps could have been a massive hit. All they had to do was they cast Matt Smith as Mr. Fantastic and had Kevin Feige come out and introduce a trailer saying, you know, we've really betrayed you. We've made a lot of mistakes over the last few years. We want to get back to that great Marvel spirit where you could go to the movies and have a fantastic time. This is our first movie coming back. We are sorry that we misread the nation. We misread the audience. And I promise you, we will not doing it. We will not do it again. If he said that, and it would have been kind of like culture breaking, he probably could have made that movie into a hit. But again, admitting they're wrong, they'll rather eat their own children. They really would. They really genuinely would. I hope David Cornsweet is, again, he's Jewish, you fucking moron. Traitorous little cunt. Lying traitorous little cunt. And I was like, all in for that movie. Any of these books vaguely interest me? Nope. ICE, please don't be about what's going on. Immigration, that'd be so dull. Children of the Wicker Man, what's this? Commander Piece of the documentary that screened at the festivals but still awaits a wider release has a remarkable story behind it. In 2021, the woman found sacks of paperwork in her attic left by a prior resident, the ex-wife of Wicker Man Robin Hardy. She contacted the family, resulting in 2 of his sons going through the suitcase full of documentation on dad's pagan sacrifice. Not a good jumping on point for Wicker Maniacs, but it's a treasure trove. Wow. A few interesting letters relating to Courting Studios and the edit are reproduced. But you'll learn nothing new about the production. The main revelation is how Hardy exploited the goodwill of his wife, Caroline, who pumped huge sums of her own money to keep him afloat. Man. The second half discussion turns out to be a growth of the cult of Hardy's subsequent work. His emergence as a charming but feckless figure, a serial ghoster who failed to take responsibility for his 8 children by 6 wives. Doesn't sound that good, does it? A tale of 2 voices. It switches between filmmaker Justin Hardy and art historian Dominic Hardy. The latter long-awaited musings are hard-going. Bloody hell, he doesn't have to go on. Justin cracks in the book. I think you just took me out of this, right? In a book that notes Crystal Lee's windbaggery and Robin's inability to do the work seems ironic. I wonder how much it is. I don't know. So what's in the Cold Wire, Sound of Dark, Moon Cruise, no, Ninth Doctor, I mean the what's-name's Doctor, the Shooty Doctor. Frankenstein, well, that's the title on the cover. It's a pricey £55. Deluxe coffee table edition featuring concept board story. Oh, I bet that's nice, though. Look, Gemma Torres stuff always looks beautiful. £55 is a lot of money. Don't know. Godzilla Kai Sai era. I heard they're doing a Godzilla -1 prequel, a movie, a sequel, I should say. Tim Seeley. I don't really like Tim Seeley that much. Honestly, I don't think Godzilla really works in the comic. I think it's got to be movies, right? I think it really got to be movies. The Ultimate Oz Universe Lost Land. Nice artwork by the looks of it. Oh, it's Mike Diodato Jr. He's normally very good. New 2000 AD thing, the big ass sword. Superman Spectrum, Black Label, but I don't know who these people are. But like, this is definitely channeling, what's his name? Not Jock. I can't remember his name. Good artist, right? Good artist. The Unchosen. Okay, right uncle David Marquez, also a great talent. Silent Hill F, no. Doctor Who, Geordie, and the Night's Doctor, Star Trek Khan. I couldn't really get past the first episode. I looked at the first episode, it was okay, but reasonably boring, right? Big Trouble in Little China, Haunted House music, Madonna. Still Industry, that was the John Byrne reboot of Superman. Well, like making Superman like friendly again. And the quiz, I'm always bad at. There's also horror, I don't know. So next month, December 3rd, more Stranger Things. Now they get 2 months of covers out of it. They must be ecstatic. Right. Oh, pure class. Pure class. In Berriman, you just won me over there. Oh, beautiful artwork. It's Doctor Who the Voyager. It really is stunning stuff, right? Parker took Frobisher's name from a photo of 2 horses in the royal stables. One named Explorer and Sir Martin Frobisher. Whiffordale is a unconventional was an aerobatic move. Parker's got the term from an article about maneuver. Okay, Doctor meets Tarzan type. He's sly nod to 1940 strips artist Byrne Hogarth Ripley included his signature. That's cool. I do actually remember that. Colours version of Voyager was published in 1989. The colour is horrible. Colourist Gina Hart also worked on Rupert Annuals. Fancy that. John Ridgway made a Soul made a brief return to Doctor Who in 2016 for issue 500, illustrating, I think, a page or two in the Stockbridge Showdown. But this is really prime Doctor Who, Doctor Who comics, right? I think the text is like, "But I'm a Lord of Time," says Colin Baker, and the voice is, "I am a Lord of Life." And London Comic Con. Yeah, be sure to put your stabbing vest on and fuck off with all these fucking drag queens. I'm happy for you to be drag queen, but like, why is this endemic in every fucking part of society all the fucking time? Enough already, right? Enough. So, not bad issue. Not really a recommend. Not really a recommend. Sadly, I wish it was, but no. We can't say so. Let me close down a bunch of windows. See, look, see how much we got to get through? I'm an hour in. I haven't got to the chat yet. Right? It's a disgrace. Yeah, doink, doink. Covered that. Oh, we got to do that. That. Close that window. Oh, too much open. Fine. Let us get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Like, yeah, this is what I mean by saying, I just got too much to cover. Fine. After the chat, we will start with Big Finish reviews. I've got 2 of them I need to get to. So, and then we got more Big Finish stories to get to after that. Sydney, you always look great, darling. Sorry, Russell, but renaming the Sea Devils Homo Aqua doesn't, because it's racist to call them Sea Devils, doesn't enrage the mythical far right, which is what I think you was hoping. It just makes us think you're a twat. Because you are a twat, right? You are a twat. But we're so stunning and brave. Rusty Davis just says to hold you level. It really is. MAGA to take over the DC. Well, I can only hope so. I really hope so. FSX and Doctor Who magazines reviewed. Well, we're halfway there. Okay. And Battle of Bomb Villains, that's the thing that I've really got to finish today, right? That's important. Fine, prepare for a New York stand. We already are. And again, it's amazing how much Mandani's victory speech went from like, we're all going to be inclusive and lovely. Yay, free stuff. And it's like, no, you will give us your money. I don't know. Catherine Fee is here. Happy Thursday, Catherine Fee. I hope you're doing well. OT is here. How you doing, OT? As is Lonnie. How you doing, Lonnie? I need people to engage with my post about getting Amazon card for helping me with the title. Well, please click over there and help Lonnie out. You know, Bobby. I got to look on Twitter to find out your real handle. It makes me so annoyed. Right, Bobby D75. Right, it's the type of the Klingon ship. Right. Oops, sorry. Where are we up to? Bobby D75 for bi-generation to Homo Aqua. Yeah, bi-generation, so we can say the word bi. Homo Aqua is to say the word homo. It really is just that stupid. It is that stupid. There was apparently, says Arch Collin, a rather good episode of The West Wing. Well, I doubt that right there, called the Stackhouse Filibuster. The title kind of gives that away. Right, they need to get rid of that filibuster. I just hope the Republicans aren't too stupid, and I think they are. But again, my prediction remains: Trump's is going to come out on top. How is that going to happen? I don't know. It's counterintuitive. One that plays Barbie Girl 24/4. I have no idea what that means. Okay. What are we up to? Fine. David Milling is here. David Milling. Sad times when football supporters from a democratic country are banned from attending a football match. It's just not on. Yeah, and there is accusations that the Israeli supporters are like massive hooligans. I don't know. Given that everything else they say about Israel isn't true, I think that's probably not true either. Right? What are we up to? Fine. Lonnie liked Alien as it said, never explained why the girls hear the alien language. From what I read from Noel Hawley, this was like wasn't even the opening chapter. It was more like a prelude, right, to the story he wants to tell. And I'm sure that will be explained if it ever continues. Which, as it hasn't been renewed yet, it's looking very shaky, right? It really is looking very shaky, which is a shame. I mean, I thought it was one of the best things to come in the Alien universe for a long time. Since, like, I don't know, Alien 3. Where are we up to? Hey, you lurkers, see you there. Come and say hi. Yes, go and say hi to Lonnie. Dr. Alex is here. You got another unboxing video. I saw him. Head over there. People like unboxing videos. Oh, I don't know why. Stephen Braddock is here. I like unboxing videos too, and I don't know why. Well, I just do. The thing about Heinlein is there should only be one. You are true, but again, if you look at the Renegade cut, it actually makes sense. All right, it is a genuine movie with a beginning, middle, and end that continues in the universe and goes in a way that is logical. Cynthia Revo could possibly make a gender swap Nosferatu. She is so creepy, but you put some green makeup on her, she looks like a human being. That's how creepy she is, right? You've got to put green makeup on her to make her look like, she's not a devil from hell, right? Trying to make her look demonic makes her look more human. That's how demonic she looks. And what, did she play Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar? I mean, that's just like sacrilegious. I'm sorry. Ugh, disgusting. Right, time rapture, time crapture, says Archie Collin. Supposed to look like Phil Marvin. So, where are we up to? Of course, narrator's female always is. I'm in London. I wouldn't bother. So many better ways to access it. Man, that looks really fun. Okay, look, you live there. Oh, there you go. Problem being here, David Conn did not assign it. You sure? Because problems, you have a strong believability rating. Now, David Corn Sweet. Man, I really hope you're right. Anti-Israel letter. Let's see. I'm doing a Google search. Okay, from July 12th, he supports Israel. Yeah, I'll look at news. Oh, I'm so glad you're here to tell me that, right? I really am. Right. Well, okay. Look, problems. I bow to your greater knowledge. I'm really. Thank you for telling me. Oh, that generally makes a big difference to me. Our tarted Ruffalo, he really is. Oh, I can't stand it. Okay, Prob, you said it. I got it. I backtracked my accusation. Unreservedly, right, without even knowing I'm wrong. Because again, the word in Jewish learning is yesh omrim. There are those who say, right, and when something's got in Jewish law, and when something has a strong reputation, right, you said he's got a strong yesh omrim. That is problem being he has a strong yesh omrim. The PD Richards here. I just whizzed through you 2 or 3 times. I'm terribly sorry. Jonathan Cox is here. Jonathan Cox. David Camley lab is clearly retarded. That was so embarrassing, right? He's lost. It's not really his fault. It's more the prisoners, but they lost another foreign rapist from prison. They let out by mistake. They'd rather eat their children. I rather doubt they would have have children. They would have children to eat them, right? And that's really it, right? Grant Morrison, says Lonnie. I want to see Grant Morrison's Doctor Who. That really sounded interesting. Netflix stopped password serving just before they released Frankenstein, so I won't get to watch it. Well, there is, the high seas. I refuse to pay for the exorbitant subscription just to watch it, as there's nothing else worth subbing for. I suggested. That Park Place reported it. If that Park Place is golden, right? They know what they're talking about, right? I'm sorry it takes me so long to get to the chat. I really am. Probably I can see the existential angst I put you through. I can hear you screaming at the screen. No, he didn't sign. No, and I'm just like, no, what a cut. Blah, blah, blah. What kind? I apologize. Right, I genuinely do. Right, I apologize to David Coolsweet as well. Peter had spent 7 days in the hospital, and this shit kicks off bad. Well, listen, I at least you're out of hospital. As we Jews say, religious Jews say, refuah shlema. That you should have a full, complete recovery. Homo aqua is wrong. The word, the Latin word would be Homo aquaticus. Right, I'm surprised he didn't go for Homo aquaticus. I mean, he likes saying homo, And that's why I did By Generations, just so we can say bye. And apparently, the Ncuti Gatwa unit and the 14th Doctor, all that stuff, takes place in a different universe. Okay? Something sounds dreary. Not sure what it is, but it sounds dreary. Says Lonnie. What are we up to? Stephen Braddock is here. Stephen Braddock. TARDIS time is here. TARDIS time. Russell's really a twat. I'd laugh louder at him if it was a bit. I mean, he really is a twat, right? Renegade or Special Edition. I mean, Renegade. I think it's Renegade. Is it the same thing? The one I've seen is Renegade. I was turned on to it by Dan. I was like, there's no way you could turn that piece of shit into a good movie. And actually, yes. Right? Actually, yes. Stephen Braddock says, Naros Sea Devils fucked up the Sea Devils as well. I pray the Daleks are not in that special. Yeah. And again, it doesn't fill me with great awe and anticipation knowing Pete Mateague is in line to be the next guy. So not good news. Not good news. So where should we start? I said we got to start with Doctor Who Big Finish reviews, right? Because lo and behold, Big Finish actually put out something that I could recommend as a something worth listening to. Very rare, very, very, very rare. Okay, Sydney, darling, I'm sure you'll be back soon. Okay, I'm sure you'll be back soon. It's some scantily clad way. Where are we up to? 5. Oh, I'm pressed the wrong thing. Share screen. I'm no way getting the show done. I know under 2 hours tonight. There's no way. Way too much to cover. Okay, let's start with this. This came out. When did this come out? In September. Took me a while to get to it, but because Big Finish quality just normally is kind of mediocre at best now. Mediocre to woke often. This one bucked that trend. This is actually a good release. This was recorded in the middle of COVID, like 5 years ago, right? And they did a great job with it, right? They did an absolutely fantastic job with it. Tom Baker and Louise Jameson, pretty much, at the top of the game. The silence being in it that's in the shorter story. And it's not a bad story. It's a well-written story because it's a very good base under siege story set on an oil rig. And that's the one with the Brigadier in it, I think. Yeah. And there's some other new characters in it. But again, John Culture's Brigadier is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Tom Baker's great. The silence here really works well. All right, because they have an interesting structure to it, and they do the first episode where I think the silence isn't in it. Anything they don't remember is not in the episode. They're like, oh, how do I get over here? What happened to my gun? Why? And they don't know why things have happened, and they get out, with their lives. Generally speaking, being none the wiser, right? Then the second episode replays it with all the bits where they do meet the silence, and it's a very good script, right? I would say it's a very good engaging script, and it's not lecturing you. I'll say that also, which I really thought the main title would, The Last Queen of the Nile, would just be a lecture about feminism, and it wasn't, right? This is just good, interesting, well-written Doctor Who being Doctor Who, right? And you don't see that often anymore, really sadly. Like, it's really, really sad you don't see it anymore. And again, it's a very good use of the silence, right? And then the main story, the 4-part, The Last Queen of the Nile, is really good, right? It's really, really good. It's a... what is it? Let me see if I can find the trailer for it. Let's see if it was on X. You go, Last Queen of the Nile. That's how, it's always hard to find the trailers on YouTube or on X. Last Queen of the Nile, Big Finish. Let's see if we get this. Okay, I come up with some rather strange. I'm spelled Big Finish wrong. Let's try. That's right. Big Finish. No, I did Bug Finish. Big Finish. Did it again. Do we get anything there? No, it's just the. Well, again, it blows my mind, right? I can't go to the big. Hey, let me look at their YouTube channel. Maybe it's there. Big Finish. Like, it blows my mind that I can't easily access these trailers, right? Videos, but it can't be more than a month ago. No. Ninth Doctor Adventures, like all their trailers should be readily accessible on video. I'll go to the Big Finish website. Big Finish Twitter page. That's a reasonable chance I'll find it. Now click on media, and they got a trailer out for the new War Doctor one. I'm on the wrong thing. I got to go to Big Finish. Now I click on media. Let's see if I can find it. Again, I'm strolling around looking for this trailer to promote their product. It's really ridiculous, right? Why is this not readily available? But like awful titles like that new what's the name? Audacity, 8th Doctor one. And Audacity is one of the worst characters ever invented in the history of characters. It is just like cringe gone mad. No, they don't have the trailer up here. That's stupid of them. It really is very foolish of them because this is a good release. No, they just got the cover. Man, they're dumb. I just don't get it. I honestly don't get why you wouldn't have a trailer for this, like, up and running. But no. Okay, fine. I guess not. Okay, so the second story is a very traditional historical, like a William Hartnell story, right? They are very much like the Romans. It's a pure historical. They're in ancient Egypt. The performances are all good. It hooks into your schoolboy knowledge of the era. And expands it, right? It's got like lots of it got lots of like historical political intrigue. For me, it really worked. That's why I read the verb. The TARDIS lands a few miles from Alexandria in Egypt, where the Doctor and so again, it's about Antony and Cleopatra, right? It starts off great when it's the Fourth Doctor and Leela and K9, and they come across Antony, who then wants to take K9 as a gift for Cleopatra, right? It's all about how Rome turned on Antony and Cleopatra. But it's at the heart of it. It's their love story viewed from from a side by what's her name by the Doctor and Leela. Leela gets caught up in the intrigue. There is good battles in it. I really can't recommend this enough. But this romance threatens the power of Rome, where an ambitious Octavius Caesar is attempting to convince the Senate to declare war on the Queen of the Nile. A tragedy of Shakespearean proportions is about to unfold, and the time travelers are trapped in the middle. Yeah, okay, that's exactly right. That is a good description of it, right? I think probably one of the best releases I've heard from Big Finish, I'm going to say in years, right? Very traditional, good Doctor Who that feels like real Doctor Who. So how much is this thing? Like, I don't know, $30 seems a bit eye-wateringly expensive. That's the thing. I just think these things price them out because, even on good releases, it's hard to listen to them more than once, especially when you've got like the massive amounts of content I have from them. So I don't know. It just seems wildly expensive, but they actually did a good job in this one. So good for them, right? Good for them. And then I think was it last month? I mean, look, I would have got the Sherlock Holmes series, but frankly, again, I find Big Finish more of a chore to listen to now. right? Okay, fine. So I did get this one. Now, this range has generally been speaking has been absolutely excellent, right? The Tim Treloar Third Doctor range. I know a lot of people don't like him. For me, he is excellent as a third. He imbues the Third Doctor. I wish they would cosplay him as the Third Doctor, right? I think he's got the right size nose. Put a Buffon wig on him, and I think it would actually be quite successful. So this is it's not really a recommend. It nearly is, and they're really trying to say interesting things and go in and do have strong stories. Most of it takes place in and around the Dunkirk withdrawal from during World War II. Right? Have you ever seen the movie Dunkirk? Basically, I love that movie. Right? But it's got a very Doctor Who spin in it. The trouble is this: there's a B story which makes the A story, which the A story doesn't work without, which is about a returning villain from a planet, and you've never seen the returning villain before or the planet. And so, I remember Rusty Davies before he lost his mind. He had when he's making Doctor Who in 2005. He says, we're setting everything in and around Earth because if you have like the Zog monster from the Zog planet, you don't really care. And that's really where I am with that. You don't really care about, the drama going on this planet. And oh boy, do you see the twist ending coming a mile away, right? So the essential story of it is it's Sarah Jane and the Third Doctor. They get an invitation to this planet which he once helped for this quasi-religious festival, and but really it's a law to get him there by this villain who he destroyed, who isn't really dead, to start up this Machiavellian plan to hurt the Doctor. And essentially they want to hurt the Doctor by going back in time to Dunkirk, where Joe Grant's father is there as part of the rearguard action. And kill him so Joe Grant will never exist, which is interesting. And he goes with the Brigadier back to 1945, and the Brigadier, they do again genuinely interesting sense of stuff, but it kind of just falls flat. So the Brigadier, you have a lot more dimension to his story, his character, where he talks about being a prisoner of war and being tortured, and you have the like post-traumatic stress and going back to 1945, I was about 1939, I think. The start of the war. So all that stuff works well, right? There's a line where like the Brigadier says, "All the freedoms we fought for will just be melted away," and he's talking about Nigel Farage, right? Cluelessly. Meanwhile, Britain has sunk into pure, how would I describe it? Pure totalitarianism, which it is. I mean, again, the police are not there to protect the citizenry. The police are there to protect the government from the citizenry, right? That's sadly the truth. All these like people being arrested for tweeting, I think Keir Starmer was a bit shit. I mean, super shit. This is the most disgraceful period that I've ever seen in Britain. Like way worse than the James Callaghan years, right? This is again, it's really dark stuff where Britain is in, a very dark place, right? It's not free anymore, and it's being having its Britishness dissolved and ripped out from it. All right, so look, Nick Briggs, I understand you're a bit of a lefty and you thought it was all going to work out okay getting your Labour government, and it's been, nothing works out as badly as Liberals getting what they want, right? So again, the story is a six-parter. You have cameos from Katie Manning in it, and they really are just cameos. The whole story with Joe Grant's father is probably one of the best bits in it. It's a kind of a nice romp in World War II. Again, there's another bit where the Doctor's captured by Nazis, and he has a Nazi general or somebody vouch for him to establish he's really a spy. He's not really a part of the British. And it turns out that that's from another previous adventure that I don't think I've seen. Right? I don't know. They came with 2 hours of interviews. I got about half an hour through. I'm like, and I thought, like, I just assumed when it was 2 hours long, there'll be a music suite for an hour and a half. No, it's just lots of interviews. So maybe they talked about it more. I just ran out of steam listening to it. And honestly, there's a lot better you can do with the Tim Trelaw. It really is a shame that it just doesn't pull together. Sadie Miller, her Sarah Jane, is not very good in this at all. She sounds way too posh. Like, I hear there's a trailer for it. We'll play it. She sounds way, 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 way too posh. Okay. This ad all the time, and I'm like so unbelievably sick of it. It's beyond belief. Go back there. Yeah, so it does again. The Sadie Miller just doesn't really work, and then she's normally quite good, right? I was like, yeah, 26.11. It seems it's very expensive. And okay, let's see where I would rank it in the reboot of the Third Doctor range. This last one, the Brain Drain, it was dull. It was like a season 7 story, a bit dull. This was great. The Quintessence, that was a really good Sideman story, right? That's the one to go for. Revolution Space was okay. Intelligence War was also okay. Return of Joe Jones was awful. Kaleidoscope was pretty good. The Annihilators is the best of this new revamp range. And then of the older ones, man, $40. It's just too expensive. Bottom line, it's just too expensive, right? I believe there's a sale on of Third Doctor stuff right now. See what it is. And they have the Avengers sale going on. River Song. Jumping on points. I guess not. It's been replaced by the Avengers. I don't know. I don't know. So look, I wish this was a recommend, right? It's not worth $26. It just isn't, right? An okay story though it is. This is why it should be a streaming service rather than a purchase service. Because I'm never going to listen to this again, right? I didn't mind listening to it, but like, you know, if you go back and re-listen to them, that's one thing. But there's just too many of them. Bottom line. But here, let me play the trailer. Hang on. Oh, it's stuck in. Come on. You can do it. Now, I think it's going to be like a 3-hour stream. Let's see how far I can go.
What on earth is the point of this recording? You don't expect me to say anything, do you?
None of this appears in the story. I don't remember this at all.
Far too busy with my work to indulge you in your infernal questions. Who gave you permission to come into my laboratory anyway?
The Brigadier.
Then I suggest, sir, you go and bother him.
I have no memory of this whatsoever.
Ah, yes, the Doctor. Not exactly the most cooperative of unit employees, but he's given us a lot of vital help. This is completely classified, isn't it?
Yes, sir, yes.
The fact of the matter is that he's been instrumental in defeating a number of alien menaces and technological threats. I'd never give him the satisfaction of hearing this, but he's vital to...
All right, this has nothing to do with the story whatsoever. There is quite a nice bit in it where when they go back in time to World War II, the Brigadier says, first, you know, you're going to have to accept me as your superior. That's the only way this is going to work. And that's really quite fun. Right? But generally, again, not bad, but not good enough to recommend. It was just average, right? I think that's how I would describe it. Just average. Which I wish I could say the same about Doctor Who magazine, which I would say it's poor, right? It's a bit poor. Let's do a Doctor Who magazine review. And you know, I like Carol Ann Ford. I'm interested in it. Is the Ultimate Interview, but that's the entire issue. This is £8 in the UK or $17. It's just it's too focused on one thing. It's not enough variety on it. Well, let's have a look, though, shall we? Let's have a look. Jason, whatever his name is the editor. Am I going to read this thing? No, I'm not. Jason Quinn. Bring back your brother, Tim Quinn. Okay, so Doctor Who TV, Return TV confirmed. Yes, but it's kind of like a booby prize. Okay, this is the article where they say there's definitely going to be a full Hartnell story returning, and apparently that's not true. Oh my God, we've got to talk about this. Their anniversary, they're selling this for £40, right? And it's all old stories, and also includes the Jodie era. This is a sampler they should be giving away for free, frankly. Right? If anybody buys that, good luck to them. So the BBC range has been getting actually very, very good. Right? Chris and Nelia reading Starflight, which is an interesting choice. Why not get Carol Ann Ford? And I do like these caught in the web, these anthology ones. What they got coming out? Starflight, come back. First Doctor in and Barbara and Susan, I guess. Non-fiction does a Pull to Open and The Long Game. Oh, who's the person who wrote it? Caught in the Web and Other Stories on. These are a new collection of tales from vintage page of Doctor Who Annual. Yeah, again, the Doctor Who Annuals were really kind of shit, and you read them on Christmas morning and went, what? Right? And then didn't really focus on you again. 12th Doctor novels, Volume 1. What's that? Features the 4 latest novels, The Blood Cell by James Gosling, Silhouette of Justin Richards, and The Crawling Terror by Mike Tucker, read by Colin McFarlane, Dan Starkey, and Nev McKay. Read them by AI Peter Capaldi. I honestly, that's the way they get interesting. And honestly, get a subscription to Audible if you want to listen to it. Who's reading? Nigel Robertson. So it's got The Underwater Menace, Monster Peladon, so Imogen Fendell, Ian Briggs is Dragonfire, and Rona Munro's Eater of Light. Readers are Annick Wills, John Colshaw, Louise James, Bonnie Langford, and Rebecca. Not really. I don't think I'll go for any of those. They're bringing out Murray Gold's what's it called again? Soundtrack to the last Capaldi season 11, is it? I think. Celestial Toy Room Annual. I wonder if you can buy that. I think you probably can. See Tiny Old Twats Annual for further details. And this is probably good. The Terry. Okay, this is what this issue should have been. It's all about Terry. This looks more like windswept and interesting, frankly. And they should have done with the Carol Ann Ford interview what they did with that, make it into a special one, because it makes this a very one-note story, right? People are talking about Robert Schumann saying Doctor Who's dead. No, it's coming back. Oh, no, Doctor Who's dead. You dumb fuck. It's got no. It's lost any cultural weight whatsoever. And the BBC are just in complete denial about it. A special video in 10 years of the Tim Treloar Third Doctor and cosplaying the Flood. Whatever. Fine, the making of Susan. Who conceived Doctor's grandchildren? It was never who never forgave it. Before she was Susan Foreman, she was Bridget, Biddy Sue, and even Quinn Findeclair. She was arguing existence by memo after memo. Again, I find this reasonably dull, frankly. It's like, this is mildly interesting, right? It's mildly interesting. By the way, Peter, you said it's incompetent totalitarianism. You're absolutely right. The origins of Doctor Who, vaguely interesting. Honestly, if you want to see more of that, and it would be something much more interesting, Vault magazine, the fanzine, did a 50th anniversary special or 60th anniversary special. It was relatively recent, where they did go into like the different routes of Doctor Who, and they imagined it with Trevor Bannister from Are You Being Served getting In's role. I can't remember who played Susan. Desperately Seeking Susan. Okay, the casting of Carol Ann Ford. And again, I just find this a bit dull, right? Okay, this is like a half page. This is like an insert column. Not like, how many? A 5-page article. That's crazy. But again, you're basically paying Ben Cook, which is for one thing, as opposed to paying lots of writers for lots of things. So now we get the interview with Carol Ann Ford. And again, it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And it's still going. And on and on. Let's pick a random question. Around this time, you started modeling for men's magazine, including Carnival, Spick, Span, and Funfair. How did that happen? Oh my God, glamour modeling. It was a stupid thing to do. It gave me experience in front of a camera. Okay, we're not even up to Doctor Who. I never did nude modeling. It was, scantily clothed. Yeah, I know. Who's that with? Carol with her brother. That's she's got some mutton chops going there. God bless him. And on. And on. Okay, now, finally, 10 pages in, we're up to Doctor Who. All right, and more, and then on and on and on and on. I mean, this is ridiculous. How many pages is that? How many pages? Is there anything else on Susan this issue? No. Okay, they're ready to move on at this point. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 17, 19, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 34 pages out of 84. I'm sorry. It's like, well, how much can we milk out of this? And I'm vaguely interested in it. I'm not that interested. Are you having a laugh? Really? It's like, okay. But again, I'm more, it should be more varied. I'm sorry. Oh, on and on and on and on and on and on. Let's have a quick look over here. This month in 1980. Okay, who cares? I don't like them moving everything around. Rusty Davies. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you how gay people are completely under attack somehow. It's so weird. People think that Donald Trump is trying to stop Jimmy Kimmel, for example, broadcasting. No, the reason these people are all being pulled is because they finally realize the public have gone, fuck off. We're not interested in your bullshit. Fault locator. Okay, finally, something vaguely interesting. And now more shooty comics. I'm like, who is interested in this? I mean, genuinely, who is in? If this is the end, I wonder if this is the last one. And this is a bizarre release right here as well. Mission of Magnus, which is cringe to the cringe to the cringe. So it's her reading the book. There's a full cast adaptation, right? From Big Finish. Yeah. Just not interested in any of these. But you get them on Audible. So this is the book I might actually want to get. The new book celebrating the artwork of Adrian Salmon, covering all of his 20th century Doctor Who work. Richard Unwin finds more. Yeah, I think like how much is this book? I wouldn't see. Look, I could have done with more than 4 bloody pages. Or this is one that actually interests me, and there's no link to it. Or like really, right? Why not? Well, I want to go click and see how much it is and when it's going to come out. Right? There's a lot they could do. I mean, again, this book interests me. So then Fact or Fiction is Utopia, written by Alan Barnes. I might have a look at this. Even though it's not one of my favorite stories. Mission to Magnus. The Adventures After. God, that sounds dull. Wicked just didn't appeal to me. I didn't really like season 2. I mean, it was interesting as a curio seeing that whole thing being developed, but it didn't really do that for me. Operation Vengeance, I just reviewed. War Monster I didn't get because now this is a bit of merch that I actually want. This looks gorgeous, and I like you get 2 heads. You get the smiling head, and you have the non-smiling head. You got the tissue compression eliminator. You got the box that he ended up in the Paul McGann movie. And Dalek Eternity, I got out of Bernie Summerfield when basically my disillusion with Doctor Who magazine. So coming up, we got more Doctor Who books that, again, I mean, Ezzy Jikami Pearson strikes me as a diversity hire. I don't think she would have got anywhere if she was white, a white bloke called Reg Norton from Watford, right? I don't think they would have got a look in. I think her skin color is why she got the job, right? And her politics, obviously. Charlotte Pollard, are they wrapping up the Audacity? Again, Audacity was the most embarrassing character I think I've ever heard, I should say. Absolute nails on a chalkboard. It's like you think there's going to be some kind of joke about it. No. Deborah Baker, this issue discusses her Doctor Who roles from the humble housekeeper to royalty. Okay. We got annual stories coming out. Okay. Fine. Halfway Out the Dark. Yeah, even with the who is it? John Coltrane playing the 12th Doctor. Well, that was on the Halloween one, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm not really into this. Again, this seems like another somewhat shitty collection. And honestly, I would love them to. This is what they should do: a box set called Christmas Past, and you have 3 discs in it, like an hour and 5 minute stories each, and you would have like a Tom Baker Christmas story as if it was made, in 1977. You would have a 3rd Doctor Christmas special. That would work. A 5th Doctor Christmas special. That would really genuinely, and if they were made in that era, right, that I would get. This I'm not, right? And then the War Between the Land and Sea. Snoozerville, which we're going to get to in a minute. Ivy, Russell, what are you doing? So I'm going to say it's a bit of a stinker of an issue, frankly. Avoid, ladies and gentlemen, avoid. Yeah, also, I would say avoid Russell Davies in general. What the fuck is this story? Absolute fucking insanity. Doctor Who races Sea Devils out, Homer Aqua in, Russell Davies. While discussing the Doctor Who spin-off, The War Between the Land and Sea, do you remember part of this huge Doctor Who universe that didn't happen because you just did queer shit, right? Oh, God. Oh, we just moved at 1%. No, you didn't. No, it wasn't just the tip. Fuckwit moron. Problem big. I should really give you my phone number so you can WhatsApp me when you have something urgently to tell me, right? I really feel bad about not wanting to get the chat before. Robert Payne is here. Robert Payne, thank you for joining us. The song, someone let Susan Ivana know they found them. I do like the Susan Ivana sex dance. Now, who doesn't? Okay, what is this batshit insanity is babbling? The next episode of Doctor Who is a spin-off, The War Between the Land and Sea. Definitely going to be stripped over Christmas. I really think. If not, which is going to say, oh, we had Doctor Who on every year. We didn't miss a year, right? Which premieres in the UK in December and Disney Plus outside the UK next year. Yeah, nothing says we don't give a shit about this bollocks. Then that does it. The Doctors around the Earth is in big trouble. However, you shouldn't call them Sea Devils anymore because, well, it's racist to say Sea Devil, says Russell D. Davies. Told Ranger Times half jokingly. Racist against who? Mythical sea people? I don't think mythical sea people are going to be upset because they don't fucking exist, you fuckwit. Oh, yeah. It melts my mind how stupid this is. This isn't the first time calling Sea Devils was considered racist. Why? By the way, in 2020, Legend of the Sea Devils, 13th Doctor Jordan Whittaker was called out for calling them by name, which calls for a bit of embarrassment. The Sea Devils were originally produced in 1970s with John Pertwee. In a spin-off, they get pissed off that humans have been polluting the seas. Wokery. And decide to invade. Like, nothing makes me want to pollute the seas more than something like this. And again, who are the biggest polluters? The people who Russell Davies supports the most, like the Biden administration. Do you remember they blew up Nord Stream 2? Probably one of the biggest pollution events of all time. They're now called Homo Aqua. Don't call them monsters. Arguably, it's humans who are the villains in this story. Well, obviously, because, again, when he says humans, he's talking about Western civilization. And people like Russell hate Western civilization. They just hate it. They're embarrassed of it, right? And they think, oh, Western is only great because it has all these things, because you stole everything from the poor people, oppressed black people in Africa. That's why. That's why. Everything. No. It's because we have massively different cultures, and the culture of the West is, to grow and to build things. Yeah, it's not. Having your streets lined with shit and garbage, it's like abhorrent to English people, right? While the invading foreigners who live in Birmingham and everywhere else, they don't care. They're like, oh, just like it is back home, because it is back home to them now. Okay, I think every writer in the world is thinking, how do I write about the climate crisis? Don't. Okay, here's how you write about climate crisis. Do some real research on it, right? Is it bullshit or is it true, right? And because I think all the scientists say we're all going to die by 1997. They kept saying it every 5 years. Yeah, I'm sorry. But like zero credibility on freaking anything. And all their solutions to the climate crisis always revolves around, oh, let's introduce socialism. That'll do the trick because, China's worked out so well with the climate. Yeah, let's have a bit of socialism. What climate? There is, I know. It's one of them mythical gods they bow to regularly. I think every writer in the world is thinking, how do I write? No, then they shouldn't be writing. I think job one for new writers, especially with Doctor Who, is write a good story first. You're not allowed to make any political commentary in any way, shape, or form until you can write a good story, right? Just tell a story. That's where you need to start, right? And most of them can't, right? And those who could, like Russell Davies, has forgotten how to. We're already in a climate war. Just dramatize it. When they first approached me about it, coming back to Doctor in 2021, this was my first bit of a pitch. I had this idea separately first, but weirdly, it needs a Doctor Who setting. If you just go and pitch this cold saying there's a race of creatures that live in the sea, they go, really? You sure? The pre-existence of the Sea Devils. Are you racist? Using the word sea devil takes out all the problems. The Doctor doesn't appear in the war between the land and sea because he, again, as far as I understand it, Ncuti Gatwa is contractually prohibited from ever playing the Doctor again. That's what I know this sounds bonkers, but I think that's what went down. It said it's one of those, how does the world cope when an alien menace strikes when the Doctor isn't around? Boringly, normally. All right, and with lots of gayness, I think. Well, same as when the Doctor's around. The answer is usually not that well because people are awful. And the Earth is saved by the skin of their teeth. And here's the thing. He's about to mention Children of Earth. So in Children of Earth, you have 10% of the children around the world has to be given. Yeah. Rusty Davies keeps chomping at the bit to talk about Israel. Oh, he said you can't talk about Israel. Oh, you might offend people. What will offend people is your insane take on it, which is the opposite of reality. if the Children of Earth did happen, I guarantee you the Israeli army would be protecting Palestinian children exactly the same way they protect, Israeli Jewish children, right? Exactly the same way. Exactly the same way they protect Druze children, right? That's who we are as a country. And I know we are always defamed as being these evil Nazi monsters, right? The same people defaming also say we use Christian baby blood in our ritual, right? That's why you shouldn't write about Israel, Russell. You're a dumb fuck living in a bubble, completely disconnected from a world that has moved on from you and is now living in opposition to your insanity. It's basically you and the BBC and the rest of your elitist bubble who still like cling on to your rosary beads of grievance. Fucking morons. And now it's going to be up to Unit and an ordinary bloke played by Russell Tovey. Oh, what a change. Oh, what, is he gay? You think he's going to be gay? I know, he will be in Tiptoe. But he was once touted as Davies as a possible candidate to play the Doctor. Not gay enough, probably, right? Not gay enough, yeah. Okay. They all go up their own arseholes, don't they? Press the wrong button. So yeah, how is it racist? Against who? Who are you othering in this bizarre, this bizarroville virtue signal? So let's go back to this. One Disney deal later, the Doctor Who trundles on. But will the BBC learn anything from its past failings? No. I don't think. Again, Pete McTeague is apparently 100% shoe-in to be the next showrunner, which is absolutely stupid, right? Absolutely stupid. But okay. Although, I keep saying maybe he'll take his head out of his ass, right? Maybe he'll take his head out of his ass and start writing good Doctor Who and not be a massive failure. I don't know. I don't know why I would believe that. Although I have to say, this side of the sociological aisle is equally reactionary. It's the new Predator movie is getting slated before it comes out. I saw Prey, which is by the same people, and that was excellent. I didn't bother watching it for a couple of years because I thought it was woke. I thought it would be woke. I'm really glad I watched it because it was really good, right? Fine, after months of uncertainty, Doctor Who has been handed another lifeline. The BBC has officially announced this week the show will return at Christmas 2026 with a special, once again, written by Ross T. Davies. And the whole world groaned together. To some, this might sound like a reassuring continuation, but look beneath the headlines. It feels more like damage control, 100%. Messy Disney divorce, budget cuts are incoming. Again, you want to cut budget? Make your special effects in AI. Go and look at mid-journey Doctor Who's new effects he did for Terror of the Zygons, which I thought were excellent. I really like them. Most significant development lies not in the Christmas return itself, but on what surrounds it. Disney Plus has formally withdrawn from its partnership with the BBC. Few fans were surprised by this news. It just surprised me how long it took them to admit it. As the time, and again, with 100% clarity that they desperately wanted to have a new streaming partner in place before they announced this, and they couldn't do it, right? It's been on the wall for a while. Yeah, it is incredible to think that just a few years ago, the Transatlantic Alliance was held as the beginning of an epic new era, global distribution, blockbuster scale funding, and the potential to reposition Doctor Who as a major international sci-fi contender. And it could have worked had it not been queer Doctor Who, right? If it was just Doctor Who, it would have fucking worked. I think so anyway. People are starved for good stuff that's fun and interesting. Now the experiment is over, to be clear, Disney does not walk away from something as believed long-term value. Its exit suggests the show failed to meet internal expectations, obviously, either creatively, commercially. Who cares about creatively? It's commercially, or both. It's both. It failed to meet the commercial expectations because it failed creatively. It was shit. I'm sorry, Space Babies was just shit. If the world's biggest entertainment conglomerate has deemed Doctor Who an investment not worth pursuing, that should be a concern even the most optimistic fan. No, you'll find they got the fingers in their ears and the head in the sand. It's incredible. Without Disney backing, there's no new streaming partner. A substantial reduction in budget is inevitable. The past two series, bolstered by international funding, at least, boasted high-end visuals. The Jodie era looked better. I'm sorry. I hate the Jodie era. It looked better. Yes, it looked better. More expensive marketing pushes, whether or not storytelling matched the scale, didn't. The production values at least signaled ambition. Well, that's true. So Doctor Who may now be forced back to shoestring budgets, which is a good thing. Budget limitation can encourage creativity, always does. But the new low-budget charm that once defined Doctor Who is unlikely to satisfy modern audience. Really? Do you remember Power Rangers? That's exactly what it said. Okay. Story is everything, right? As long as you can make it acceptable to watch. And again, 2005 series is acceptable to watch. In the era of high concept shows like Stranger Things, but again, who's interested and excited for Stranger Things coming back? I am super not. And if they're going to go to this model of making a series once every 2 or 3 years, forget it. Kids need to see Doctor Who every year to be fans of Doctor Who. A 6-year-old is not going to remember, if it was on when you're 6, then it's on again when you're 9, and on again when you're 12. It's not going to have any continuity. Production values, storytelling content. The sad fact that the quality and you risk losing more viewers. That's the theory. I still think story is everything, right? You entertain people, and that is it. And again, look, Rose looked fine. I'm sorry. Davies' return in 2023 was supposed to revitalize Doctor Who, not just creatively, but culturally. Yeah, because it was absolutely on its ass, right? A complete and total failure. And then Ross Steve Davies said, "Oh, I'm going to show you what real failure looks like. Let me show you tap dancing Davros." Because anything else would be racist. Fans and critics alike expect the second act to be just as strong. We were wrong. I did, but a lot of people didn't. I was wrong. Instead, they were served a version of Doctor Who that was self-indulgent, yes, and creatively insular. Davies writing the show showed rare moments of his old charm, but those flashes were buried beneath layers of sentimentality, labored political sermonizing, and an inconsistent tone that never quite settled into anything confident, and it full of plot holes, right? It just never made any bloody sense. BBC now appears to be doubling down the same approach. Is that wise? Are they? I mean, people are saying this is to wrap up the era and move forward, right? But probably, I can't imagine it's not going to double down, right? If David remains creative control beyond 2026, the corporation must be confront the difficult question: is comfort really the same as vision? Under David's leadership, Doctor Who has already consumed over 100 million in Disney co-funding, delivered the lowest ratings in its modern history. No, in its entire history. It's lower than Sylvester McCoy. Right? It's lost its biggest international partner, failure after failure after failure after failure. However, much of the blame is shared. Davies was the creative figurehead, and it's fair to ask the question whether he should continue to be trusted with the show's future. Well, again, he's the same moron as the same type of morons BBC. Again, BBC this week, they were shown to their main news show, Panorama, was shown to deceptively edit to lie to its audience about Donald Trump, right? They couldn't call Hamas terrorists, right? And they blamed Israel for everything they didn't. It just, oh no, Israel's doing the worst thing. Lying pieces of shit cunts. I fucking hate the BBC. I really do. I really do. Again, come the apocalypse, I will happy to see them go down first. If the upcoming Christmas does not mark the end of the Davies second era and the beginning of something genuinely new, then I fear the cycle of mediocrity will continue. Doctor Who will remain caught in its own echo chamber. Yep, I think he's absolutely right. I don't believe that for all the legacy and past success, David is the bold architect Doctor Who needs right now. No. Again, Grant Morrison has a whole season lined up, and I bet he'll be a strong, exciting, vibrant, creative voice, right? Which is what's wrong with Big Finish, quite frankly. It's still the same people there, and with a sprinkling of diversity hires that they tried to bring on over the last 5 years who weren't very good. That more to say than any monster or villain. Last Man Standing because no one else has been able to try. That more than any monster or villain may be the real threat to the show's future. The only acceptable outcome would be for Davies to tie up the loose ends. Yeah, and that's what Raw Shipping is doing, but like only because it's logical. And we're always wrong when we do that. Like always wrong. And hand the reins of the new showrunner with a clean slate, and the BBC needs to be bold enough to ensure that outcome. How much longer? Oh, really? This goes on too long. Then came another major question is who is the Doctor? Who is even the Doctor at this point? Ncuti Gatwa's abrupt departure at the end of season 2, regenerating in the reality war, left everybody wondering who exactly comes next. People just didn't care. His time as the Doctor concluded like a half-told story, because it was. Same as Jodie Whittaker, if you remember. The whole fob watch with all her memories of the fugitive Doctor and the other billion people. She'd been Brendan or whatever bullshit that was. Despite official statements framing the exit as an amicable pre-plan, it's not. They're lying. They lie about everything always because they always fucking lie. Everything on Amazon Rung suggests the narrative has been hastily restructured behind the scenes. Fans never got quite to see what Gatwood's Doctor could become. I think he will become covered in jizz, right? I think that's the only thing where his creative art was going. Then came the twist. The surprise regenerating Billie Piper appeared not just but seemingly take over the role of the Doctor. The credits coyly introduced her without saying she was the next incarnation. So for the BBC, it hasn't offered any clarity because there is no clarity. Davies and Piper themselves are deliberate and evasive in interviews because Piper doesn't know for sure. It was a clickbait casting to try and keep the show alive. Like that was their idea to convince Disney to stay on. Really, I mean that's how in the shitter they are. If Piper is confirmed as the next Doctor, it's a provocative decision that risks confusing rather than energizing the show's momentum. Yeah, nobody's interested. Yes, her name, and please, ITV, put something good on opposite it. Yes, her name carries some weight with fans of a certain age, but does returning to the face to a face in 2005 push us forward or sink it further in its own mythology? I think the latter. The series is already obsessed with its own past. It's dangerously close to creative inertia. It's well there now. Right. The other major concerns is whether Piper could realistically commit to the monster playing the Doctor. She's not. I think she's just going to run around the TARDIS and click a few buttons, and then she'll split into David Tennant and have one adventure with the Daleks and try and wrap all the Mavity bollocks. Right. Most pragmatically, it would feature in the special as a short-term symbolic incarnation before introducing the next new Doctor. I think that's the way they're going to go. Let's be honest, Doctor Who has endured 2 very shaky eras in a row. Chris Chibnall's tenure fractured the fan base with diversive law change and diversive fans, right? They have just they signal to like the worst people in humanity. We want you as fans, right? And the people who like Doctor Who and who have money and will buy merch, they said, "Fuck off, racist scum, Nazi scum, off our show." What? But I like Doctor Who. Okay. A polarizing Doctor, poor writing, Rusty Day's much heralded return somehow shrank the audience even further, a lot further. BBC continues to insist that it's not going anywhere. I believe that because we looked at the podcast last week, or was it Tuesday, Thursday? I can't remember. When they said the culture of BBC is Doctor Who is you can't question it, right? One of the many things you can't question. But perhaps a more honest question is, where is it going? Right now, it's confirmed that Christmas special, only vague notions of a further series. There is no clear new lead and no announced showrunner if David steps away. I think it's Pete McTeague. Again, that's the rumor mill saying in Cardiff, Pete McTeague. A Christmas special 26 feels more like a placeholder than the BBC decides what happens next. It's exactly what it is. The moment is not just another transition. It's a test of Doctor's long-term viability. The show's core idea remains limitless as ever. The engine still works, but it needs fuel in terms of its new creatives and courage to take risks rather than retreat into familiar pattern, and also be propaganda for your your bonkers worldview, right? Which is all Shooty Gatwa was. He only got the job because he's black and gay, right? And I think he probably fucked Russell T. Davies quite often, right? I think that's why he got the job. I really do. Yeah, he was terrible, Doctor. However, not everybody thinks so. Who knew says Shooty Gatwa is the perfect ambassador for Doctor Who. Really? Really? I mean, I don't think so. His early exit changes nothing. No, it proves he wasn't. Disney deal for the Doctor. Doctor is now officially over, and everyone is trying to answer one question. Why? Because it failed. And no one other than the high-ups at Disney really know. Really? Because it's so hard to work out. Right? It's so hard. Like, why did the government cancel local elections again? It can't be because they were going to lose them all, could it? No. No. That's crazy talk. Shooty Gatwa was the perfect ambassador of Doctor Who. His early exit changes nothing. It does. It proves he was an absolute fucking failure. Gatwa beautifully embodied the Time Lord's values. No, he didn't. Doctor Who was never about liking sucking dick. And that was the only thing he really liked. Right? He liked being a gay fuck bunny. Right? That's how Tom Baker had a scarf. Shooty Gatwa had a dick up his ass. Right? That was his, motif. Okay. Disney's still blah, blah, blah. No one of the high-ups really know it, blah, 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 blah. I've got my doubts about each of those theories. Okay, what's the theories? Hang on. Of course, there have been plenty of theories that Deadline has attributed the source, the House of Mouse, ranging from the apparent wokeness of the show. Excuse me, your Doctor was the gayest fucking thing ever. I once saw two men kissing. That was way less gay than Shooty Gatwa's Doctor Who. Wokeness? It was painfully woke. If you can't see how woke that was, that means you're painfully fucking woke. If that seemed normal to you, you're a fuckwit. That's detached from reality. You're probably going to tell me that, oh no, there are no Muslim rape gangs. Oh, grooming rape gangs. That never happened. Like, Dora O'Brien actually posted that the other day. Right? And I think Carl Benjamin on Twitter was talking about Muslim rape gangs. And Dora O'Brien was like, oh, that never happened. Where the fuck have you been? Tens of thousands of young white girls were raped because they were white girls. And the police said, oh, nothing to see here, because the police don't protect the citizenry. They protect the government from the citizenry. That's what they do now. I got my doubts about those theories. That's because you're a moron. I'll be discussing this departure ultimately boiled down to checks notes, one gay kiss. It was a one gay kiss, you fuckwit! It wasn't it. Okay, the queerness pervading every fucking pore of this incarnation. Look, oftentimes I would watch it and I would feel like Jesus exploding in my space. Right? What the fuck? It wasn't what? Oh, just one gay kiss? No. This was a queer Doctor Who, which is why you said it was the greatest fucking thing ever. Don't fucking lie. Now you're lost. Now you've been proved wrong. And there's egg dripping off your face mixed with the jizz. Which is probably another gay thing they do. Queer thing, not gay. With a one gay kiss and the casting of trans actress Yasmin Finney. That's enough. That's enough. Look, I understand you think chicks can have dicks. You can believe that with all your fucking heart. Most people disagree with you, right? And there's a lot of people, like devout Christians, find the idea abhorrent. Abhorrently evil propaganda that are trying to force down the throats, along with their dicks, down the throats of children, right? And they kind of drag asses, cheeks, and saying, yes, that's too much. Yes, really. And what about all the innuendo? Like he was introducing as a gay masturbatory fantasy in a club. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh no, that's not woke. That's not too gay. Well, what fucking is too gay? If Shooty Gatwa comes around and fingers your arsehole while you're actually watching the show, is that too gay? Oh, Shooty, I really don't want to. No, it's part of the show. No, get your finger out, mate. Oh, I don't know. Also, Doctor Who has broken American before and already had a decent amount of fans across the globe. Yeah, which they all fucking left because no one's interested in your queer, batshit and crazy propaganda. Oh, there's a reason Sydney Sweeney is world famous now. She's one of the #1 actresses in the world, And Zendaya is like, who? Right? Yeah. The pendulum has swung, right? And it swung back. Okay, so the reaction to the pendulum swinging is going full-blown Islamo-communist, as New York just did, right? Or people go, no, I'm not fucking watching this. Leave me alone. But one point has flabbergasted me. One of Deadline sources quoted saying Shooter Garrett hasn't been a good ambassador for Doctor Who, saying there's more to the role than performing. You have to be an ambassador for the brand and embrace the generation's Doctor. Matt Smith and David Tennant fully understood the responsibility they carried. And you know what? So did Peter Capaldi. And even though I think she was shit, she was absolutely miscast and wrong. I think she was shit. So did Jodie Whittaker. That's one of the great tragedies, Jodie Whittaker. She fucking loved being the Doctor. And she was a good ambassador. She was just a fuckwit moron who didn't know how to do it. Oh, God, I wish I could, injected some intelligence into that, dim little gurning mind of hers. Oh, God. I have to ask, at what point did Shooter Garrett not understand the responsibility of being Doctor Who? When he smoked on camera, right? The multiple gay analogies, being introduced as a gay masturbatory fantasy, the gay kiss, Yasmin Finney, the trans people in every fucking episode, right? His avowed anti-Semitism. No, you don't really connect Doctor Who with avowed anti-Semitism, do you? Because that's where this Doctor was, right? After being announced as the 15th Doctor, Gatwa has dedicated a solid 3 years of his life to his role. 16 episodes, mate. Get a grip. While facing down a slew of racism, homophobia. Excuse me. Pointing out that you're a diversity heart. And I was on board for him before I saw the shit show they made. What racism? What homophobia? Don't make cast a man because he's black and gay. And then you just cast him because he's black and gay and go, oh, racist, homophobic, racist. It was you who did it. Oh. Catman Quickling convincingly offered up a genuine new fresh incarnation of the Time Lord. No, he didn't. Something that is no mean feat 15 actors in. No, exactly. He could have done it was a terrible performance. He played it like he plays everything else. As a gay fuck bunny. I don't know what you've seen in Doctor Who said, oh, yep, he's got to be a gay fuck bunny. Right? That is not Doctor Who. I do not imagine Patrick Troughton fucking, the terrible Zoden up the arse. Assuming it was a bloke. Right? I don't see that happening. I don't see Jamie and the Doctor giving each other a handy in the TARDIS when I'm not looking. Zoe walks in and slips on the floor on some cum. Ah, what's that? Oh, nothing. I don't see that going down. I do see that going down with his Shooty, right? He had countless impressive moments over the course of his run. What, the times he cried? Perhaps no more so than the final scene of Dot Bubble. It was shit. It just made you feel like you're fighting racism, that you're fighting Nazis, you're punching Nazis in the face because you're a disconnected imbecile who has no idea of what they're talking about. Or as I like to call it, a leftist. Which saw Gatwa showing the Doctor's full spectrum of emotion. Oh yeah, I can cry. To the incredulity and hopelessness, to frustration, to utterly sad resignation. Oh God, it was so cringe. It was so two-dimensional. The moment that he showed his utter skill as a performer, he has no skill as a performer. Again, his range is gay fuck bunny. Oh, I'm going to play Shakespeare. How are you going to play it? Oh, I think I'll go with the gay fuck bunny. Really? Really? Oh, well done. Well, how did you come up with that? Well, that's the only thought in my mind, really. But of course, the role of Doctor goes beyond what you see on the screen in their interaction with the fan, how they embody the Time Lord's values in their life, or they're playing the role. He was a fucking racist. He was a degenerate fucking pervert racist. That's how he came across. Again, Ralph C. Davies talked in the production notes in the 2005 run when they're filming something at 3 a.m. and he went to a gay club and fucked a stranger. That's degenerate shit. I'm sorry. And that's what this Doctor was. Rogue wasn't a love story. It was a sex story. All he wanted to do is get his fucking leg over, right? That's it. That's not the Doctor. But which, again, Gatwa did beautifully. No, he didn't. Oh, look, I only feel comfortable in Nigeria. Really? You should look in England. It's much like that now. I mean, yeah, how do you feel comfortable in Nigeria, Shooty? There's massive homophobia there, right? Don't you get thrown off a building for being gay in Nigeria? Yes, but at least by people of my skin color, so I feel comfortable. Time to get a haircut. Because in the amount of abuse he received, it's not abuse to say this is gay shit. I'm sorry. Calling it gay shit is a very fair critique. It's a very... Why? Because it was. And you all admitted it. It was queer Doctor Who. That's your words. Right? Oh, don't take my words and use against me. Why not? Catwoman, we've given not want to interact with fandom, fandom Doctor Who at all. Again, he's legally prohibited from playing the role, as I understand it. Instead, he focuses on positivity of fandom. You mean the small little enclave of purple-haired weirdos that were, that like this queer shit? Yeah. Most people just switched off. I'm sorry. Taking time out to meet fans on location, he walked by them and took a selfie. And interacting with them on social media. Fuck those Jews, he said. He shared mountains of fan art on his Instagram, sharing his love for talented artists, and often shared the absolute adoration for any Doctor-related gifts that he was given, because he's a narcissist egotist. Oh, look at me, I feel so seen. I mean, do you remember him saying that? But most of all, Gatwa embodies every value that fans have come to expect from modern Doctor Who. He fights for what he believes in. Yeah, again. We're back again. He's a fierce advocate for causes including LGBTQ plus rights. What rights do they not have? Why do you think you have the right to invade female spaces? Right? Well, because they're women. No, they're not. They got fucking penises. Oh, but they believe they're women. They believe it. They believe it. And you're a Nazi by saying that. No, I'm not. I'm saying they don't have got fucking dicks. They're women. Don't like people with penises in their faces a lot of the time, even if they're other women. Weirdly enough, he's spoken out against Palestine. Yes. Oh, they didn't rape and murder enough Jews. Oh no! And now those Jews, fuck them. They defended themselves. We prefer it when you just march them into concentration camps and put them out when they went up a chimney. That's better. These Jews defending themselves, we find that disgusting. How is that the Doctor? How is that racist? Piece of shit, the Doctor. Us experiencing homelessness, he became an ambassador of homeless charity Centrepoint, and he opened about his ambitions to build a school in Rwanda. Oh, something new to burn down. That'd be fun. He also got an unwavering dedication and inclusivity. Inclusivity is exclusivity. Yes, you included a few thousand purple-haired weirdos, maybe 10, 15,000, maybe 20. You excluded 8-9 million Christians. Hey, that doesn't really work out well, does it? Clearly aware that incarnation of Doctor were meant to have a lot to anybody who hasn't traditionally seen themselves represented on screen. Okay, I've never seen myself represented on screen as Doctor Who. I still watch Doctor Who and like it. Like, really? Oh no, Doctor Who has got blonde hair and it isn't Jewish. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. How am I going to see myself? You don't matter, Jew. Okay, fine. That's basically how the conversation goes. The character of a shape-shifting alien can be anyone. Really, make an Adolf Hitler. Make Doctor Who turn into Nigel Farage, right? Make Doctor Who turn into a devout Christian. Do you like that? How about that? Is that going to work for you? No. Can he be a Muslim terrorist? How about he's part of a Muslim rape gang? Can we represent them? No, I guess it's only fair. He pretty said the Doctor, so far there's only been one representation of the character. I think it's just quite limiting. The representation of the character that worked and nobody liked. Who wouldn't want to see themselves in the show of Doctor? Anybody who's not a narcissist who needs to see themselves everywhere. Right? I've never seen myself reflected in the people playing the Doctor. There are not many fat rabbis doing it, are there? No. You know why? Because that'd be shit. I don't know why it's been said that Catwell wasn't a good ambassador for Doctor Who. Maybe because you don't have children. Who wrote this absolute nonsense? Louise Griffin. Does she have any children, I wonder? I bet she doesn't, right? And if they do, God help them. Could it be because the occasional sexy photo shoot? Okay. Let me just show you one reason that he wasn't a good ambassador of Doctor Who. Let me see if I can find this. I know I got it here somewhere. Where is it? Not Dugadoo. Oh, yeah. I think this is it. Okay, firstly, what the fuck is he wearing? But that's not it. Where is this? I know it's here somewhere. How about this? Is this it? Yeah. This is not a family-friendly representation of the Doctor. This is, I would say, go for a weird degeneracy, right? Hey, when you're fondling your dick a little bit more, they're shooting, right? I mean, that's that. Yeah, who wouldn't want to see that in the role of Doctor Who? Fucking hell. And here's the thing, Louise Griffin. I'm in the majority. You're a tiny minority. Let me see here. Let's look at her Twitter. Is it all Trump? Oh, look, drag queen. Actually, no, quite reasonably restrained, although it doesn't tweet that often. Fair enough. All right, fair enough. Still woke as fuck. Perhaps just because believing Gatway may have left Doctor Who a little earlier than he originally planned, which he obviously did. But if that's true, it doesn't mean the negativity doesn't negate any of the brilliant work he does as an ambassador for Doctor Who. No, it proves that he was an utter failure in the role, right? That's what he's an utter and total failure. In fact, it'll be nonsensical to have him hang around while the show was in limbo, while he was understandably very in demand for other roles. Yeah, everybody wants a gay fuck bunny, to take over their TV show. Whatever you thought about the past 2 seasons, they were shit, and about Disney's departure, it was done because it was shit. Gatwa cannot be blamed; he totally can. We were lucky to experience his 50th Doctor. No, we weren't. And Doctor Who would be a much worse place without him. No, it wouldn't. Okay, wrong on every fucking count. Unbelievable. I wish it was unbelievable. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I do wish it was unbelievable. Anyway, man, I've got on really long. But there's one more segment, right? One more segment that I've really, really got to cover. I said, can I find... here, let me see if I can find this on my channel. Where do I go? Go view your channel. Let me see. I think Gallifrey is that it? I'm trying to remember the name of the story that I wrote. That I did a. Oh, here it is. Well, look at me. I did a 60th. Is this the 60th anniversary adventure? Yeah. Right. 1 second. Share. This is how the Doctor should interact and treat Israel, right? In the final third of this story. It's like 50 minutes long. It's actually pretty good, if I may say so. But fine. We have one more important thing that I have to finish, right? The reason the stream's going on so long is because I've been very bad at finishing these. We are ranking the Bond villains, and we got 10 more to go. Second, share screen. So far, the top ones are Sean Bean, GoldenEye, amazingly. I'm surprised he made up there. Javier Bardem, another massive anti-Semite. Skyfall, Casino Royale, Max Mikkelsen, Robert Carlyle, World Is Not Enough, Utrecht, Christopher Walken. They're the top 5 so far. Now, I reckon that ranking is going to change when we start getting into like classic Bond, right? So let's have a look. We'll start with We'll start with Dr. No, right? Now, Dr. No. Interesting.
Dollars, Mr. Bond.
Now, the fascinating thing about Dr. No is this. It looks so cheesy and dated. That's because it was incredibly successful. Right? If you remember, was it that Gareth Roberts, Shakespeare, the Doctor Who with the witches and the very traditional witches? And a lot of Americans went, oh man, this is so dumb. Right? This is like so incredibly dumb. You know, it's so cheesy. No, it invented a new genre, right? Which I think I think we can say that of Dr. No.
You were wondering what it cost.
As a matter of fact, I was.
Tell you, this is the age for collarless shirts.
Forgive my not shaking hands. It becomes a bit awkward with these, a misfortune. You were admiring my aquarium.
I'm admiring Ursula Andress, quite frankly. You know, the thing is this. Dr. No's a good villain, right? He is a good villain. This was it 1963, 62, 60? Here, I'll look it up. That it came out. And I think it was a very modern riff on, like, you know, the Titanic cultured Nazi 1962. Keep in mind, 62, that was what? 17 years after World War II. So 17 years ago now would take us to 2008. We're in the Matt Smith era, right? Not long ago at all, right? So I think this was like a modern, bold reinterpretation.
Yes. It's quite impressive.
A unique feat of engineering, if I may say so. I designed it myself.
Okay, so he's one of the mad scientist James Bond villains. I do like the mad scientist. Where would I put him, though? I don't think he's making, like, the top 5. Actually, no, you know what? I disagree. I'm going to put him up for his, like, incredible originality. I'm going to put him up. Wait a minute, what's his name again? Twats, Blofeld. Hang on. Russia with Love, Gold. Oh, Joseph Wiseman as Dr. No. Right. So I'm going to. Where's this? So I'm going to put him above Robert Carlyle, right? Mads Mikkelsen was great. Dr. No. Again, for the incredible originality of it. Joseph Wiseman. I really got to give Dr. No a rewatch. Dr. No. So then we move to From Russia with Love, which one of my all-time favorite Bond movies. Genuinely, I love, because Russia with Love really works out how to nail it. And there were, you know, there wasn't a real central villain in that, because it was essentially a sequel to Dr. No. So you got, like, Dr. No's, like, I think, was she in Dr. No? I can't remember. But the fact that it survives through Austin Powers, right, is a real sign of its success.
Welcome to Spectre Island. Great honor. I hope you had a pleasant flight.
My time is limited. Is the man I requested ready?
His dossier.
Good.
So again, this is kind of like an interesting villainess. Yeah, so she's out to pick an assassin. I think. Oh yeah, and I do like they got the whole. This is like Spectre Q division.
I hope our work here meets with your approval.
Training is useful, but there is no substitute for experience.
So this is where I love this. She puts on a knuckle duster. Okay, I hope it's the bloke. It's not her as the assassin. So he's the other villain in this movie. Who's essentially the heavy. Right, he puts a knuckle duster on, it hits him in the stomach. I mean, the fact she's 4'3", I mean, really, and probably has the, not that much strength doesn't really come into it. So I don't know. This one is, I'm still putting it above A View to a Kill. From Russia with Love. What's her name again? There was 2 villains. We just saw both of them. It was Rosa Klebb was the name of the actress. I don't even know. Rosa Klebb. And the other bloke, Red Grant was his name, I think. I can't remember the character's name. So after From Russia with Love, what's the last From Russia with Love? Is it's Goldfinger next? Or is it man, Russia with Love came out in 1963. That's a really fast turnaround. Right? And they must have made them back to back. Did they? I don't know. I really don't know. My Bond knowledge fails me. I'm trying to find the Goldfinger is next. Okay, so I'm not really a fan of Goldfinger, and in a lot of ways, actually, it's a lot of it is because it starts off in Miami. I used to live there, so it's not so windswept and interesting for me. So they dubbed his voice.
Drop by, sir. Same handicap as yours. I wondered if you'd rather play with him. Where is he? Mr. Bond?
Yes?
This is Mr. Goldfinger. How'd you do?
How do you do?
Because the first evil billionaire one, and his plan is really to just steal money. But of course, it's made much better by Oddjob. Well, that's henchmen, not villains, right? So I don't know. I think that goes relatively low down. Let's have a look. Crystal Walker's better. Okay, above Octopussy. Is it? Yes, above Octopussy. I just look at the bottom. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So Goldfinger. Dun, dun, dun. He loves only God. I mean, I prefer. Again, I think I prefer Austin Powers. I can't remember. Okay, Goldfinger, whatever his name is. Goldfinger. So then after that, it's You Only Live Twice, isn't it? So who's the villain in Thunderball. Thunderball. Oh, is this the first of the... No, okay, it's Amelia Largo is the villain. What's the plan? Hang on 1 second. Where's Thunderball? Where's my clip? Blofeld. I got all these clips here. I don't think I got one of You Only Live Twice, Spy Who Loved Me, Stromberg. I think didn't we do Spy Who Loved Me? No. I can't even remember what the plot was of this one. It's another Agent of Spectre, right? It was another Agent of Spectre, and I don't know. Again, I'm going to put this right here. Thunderball. I can't. It was what's the name of the this one? Adolfo Celi. Adolfo Celi. And I don't even have a clip of him. Emilio Largo. Let's see if we can find a clip of him. Emilio Largo. I'll do a quick look on the YouTube, see if we can find something. Oh, exactly. It was quite a good one. And a second. Download. Here it comes. Doink.
Jettison cocoon.
But essentially, he was somewhat of he was a heavy rather than a villain.
Please talk to them for me. Tell them that I wanted to.
Where is it?
Look, the bomb cannot be exploded.
Okay, if you got her tied to a bed, why do you have her legs tied together? That's all I'm saying. Like, it's all I'm saying, right? I think that's a valid question. Okay, so Thunderbolt, I think, is a fun time at the cinema. Not the best villain at all. So I think I'm probably right with him putting him where he was, right? So after Thunderbolt, it's You Only Live Twice, I believe, isn't it? Hang on. I'm looking at my my handy tome. Oh, You Only Live Twice. Okay, the first of the Blofelds, Donald Pleasance. My name's Donald Pleasance, and I am insane. He is the bastard son of 1,000 maniacs. But it is like, again, it's a seminal. I finally found the what's the name? The Adolfo Celi clip I was looking for. 1 second.
Ventilator fans to normal. Open shutters.
Reception complete. Withdraw, captive spaceship.
I mean, this really was a definitive Blofeld, right? And every Blofeld after this owed a great debt to it, right? It really did. I mean, like with the cat. Mr. Bigglesworth. I'll wait until you see his face. Did they not show his face until the end? I guess not. Really? Oh, finally we see him.
To operate the exploder button.
There are men in the crater. Men in the crater.
Crater guns fire.
Crater guns open fire.
The firing power inside my crater is enough to annihilate a small army.
Okay. You know, this was going to go quite high up, I think. Right. Again, because it's so incredibly archetypal. And second. Oh, so where's this Blofeld go? Sorry, you're right at the top. Right at the top. It is seminal. Yeah, I totally stand behind that. Right? Yeah. Donald Pleasant right at the top, because it created the role of a Bond villain to a great extent, right? So the weirdest recasting of all time. It was very hit, but the weirdest recasting of all time was Telly Savalas on A Majesty's Secret Service. A weirder recasting than Jules Lazenby. I guess because they were both bald. They had to shave Donald Pleasant's head. All right. And you also tell us Savalas was bald. I think that was it. Again, an interesting take on it, but like, it's just weird.
Christmas, 007.
I'm Sir Hilary Bray.
Oh, no, Mr. Bond. Respectable baronets from the College of Heralds do not seduce female patients in clinics. On the other hand, they do get their professional details right. The Beauchamp tombs are not in the Augsburg Cathedral, as you said, but in the St. Anna Kirche. Sir Hilary Bray would have known.
So, okay, an interesting recasting. I don't think as successful as Donald Pleasance, right? I think Donald Pleasance is real. I forgot how seminal he was as Blofeld. Where are we going to put him? Telly Savalas. Hey, Sean Bean beats him. We have it, but have it over Mads Mikkelsen. Dr. No beats him. Robert Carlyle. Yeah, it goes here. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Again, it was a very contemporary casting as well. Just such a weird change, right? So then we're back for Diamonds Are Forever, in which I am sure it's in Sean Connery's contract that he gets to wear his own clothes and no toupee. All right, and then we got another, I think, a much more traditional casting of Blofeld in what's his name, Charles Gray. Second appearance in it's Charles Gray first time on You Only Live Twice, right?
Mr. Henderson?
Mr. Henderson?
At your service.
But here he is as Blofeld. And definitely better than Telly Savalas. I like Telly Savalas. Where are we up to? Diamonds Are Forever. Here we go.
Good evening, Mr. Bond.
Blofeld.
No, he's not.
Good evening, 007. Double jeopardy, Mr. Bond. You killed my only other double, I'm afraid. After his death, volunteers were, understandably, rather scarce.
So it's a much posture Blofeld. Again, I like the Donald Pleasance one the best because you got that like feeling of desperation going on with him. But where would I put the Charles Gray one? Very suave. I mean, you got to love that suaveness. Alright, just go here. Diamonds Are Forever. Forever. Diamonds Are Forever. Charles Gray. Blofeld number 3. I think then he was lost in legal action for a while. Again. Fine. So now we get Yaphet Kotto in Live and Let Die. And man, was that a contemporary movie. It was really on the cultural zeitgeist, right? Wonderful. As Kananga, and also he also wore a bad mask to be Mr. Big, who clearly looked like Yaphet Kotto. And I love the bit where he tears the mask off. Right? I like the Jane Seymour even better. That'll be for a future show when we do Best Bongo. Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die. And we're going to get one of the best soundtracks of all time. Here we go. And I love like the voodoo thing at the beginning.
I'd like something on the side as well. Information. 3 men and a girl came in.
One of my favorite lines in this movie is when they're following James Bond through Harlem. He said, "Yeah, man, he's like a white bull on an empty what's it called again? On green felt." Yeah, Jane Seymour looking fabulous throughout this whole movie. And that's the heavy. Good idea with the Claveri Bond. Here we go. Is it? No, we're not there yet. Okay, I'm trying to find Yaphet Kotto. Where is he? Oh, here he comes.
I'm coming out there and clean.
This is where he's Mr. Big, not being Katanga.
You up, and I mean that. Is this the stupid mother that tailed you uptown?
There seems to be some mistake. My name is...
Names is for tombstones, baby. Y'all take this honky out and waste him, now.
So, I got this. He goes quite high up, right? It is an interesting take on the role. He does go quite high up. I might... I'm putting him above Javier Bardem, actually. Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die. Yaphet Kotto, also good in Alien. Mr. Big, I bet he was. Katanga or Kananga, whatever it was. I mean, it's the scene where he rips his face off. Let's see if I can find that clip. That's one of my favorite bits. It's where is it? Doink in that folder. You've got a 007 folder here. Live and Let Die. 73. Where does he rip his face? Oh, I think it's over here somewhere. No, it must be before this. Oh, yeah, this is it, isn't it? His secret sound doesn't work on it. Right. Again, how does he not work out that this terrible mask he's wearing it's hardly Mission Impossible level mask? Go on, pull the nose off. Did you bang that? Did you come between those tits? Yes, sir, I did. Well, that's just the right answer, if I may say so. Come on, whip it off, baby, she cried. There you go. Who is Katanga? I am Katanga. You gonna tell what we all look alike to you? That's essentially what he was saying. All right, so now we come up to a real gold standard villain, right? Man with the golden gun, Christopher Lee, who actually was James Bond in real life, right? Genuinely, he was in the Secret Service during World War II. One of my favorite bits in the Lord of the Rings Blu-rays or DVDs at the time was the making of where Christopher Lee was on set when Wormtongue was stabbed. And who was it? Terry, what's his name again? Brad Dourif, I think. Yeah, Brad Dourif. Went, he said, no, dear boy. When you stab someone in the back, they go, like that. He was from real knowledge, right? He genuinely was James Bond in real life. I love a bit Christopher Lee. Hang on. We're up to Man with the Golden Gun. And also had tattoo in it as well.
Bit off the beaten track, isn't it?
It's rent-free. I do my landlords an occasional favor.
A cozy arrangement. Servant problem, I suppose?
Not at all. Knick-Knack does for me very nicely.
He's a great villain. Oh, man, he's one of the best.
Usually there's just the two of us, but having guests is no inconvenience. We're entirely self-supporting. We have every electrical labor-saving device you could possibly think of. This is an airlock, as you are doubtless aware. Automatic, of course. Naturally, we have an ample supply of them.
So, is this the first time they had a Bond had the foe who was his equal?
Electricity here. Let me show you.
Tell you, it's a lot of work to go to like not be disturbed. Okay, so Man with a Golden Gun. That's got to go high up, even without the three nipples. Okay, so it's between Sean Bean and Christopher Lee. I can't put Sean Bean above Christopher Lee. I'm sorry. Even if he's better. Christopher Lee. I told you once we got into classic ones, it'll change the rankings. Whatever his name was. What's the name of the villain? The man with the golden gun. Okay, so after that, I think we're up for good times, ladies and gentlemen. And it's what's the next one? The Spy Who Loved Me, right? Starring Cole Stromberg, Kurt Jurgens, and Cole Stromberg. One of the first in a line of bonkers scientists. I like the mad scientist one. There's a great Deep Space Nine episode where Julian Bashir is being James Bond and Cisco is the villain, right? He does the mad scientist villain. How many have got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so number 23. Only a couple more to go. I've really got to get off quickly. I think Dan's on soon. I did a 3-hour show. That's crazy, right? That's absolutely crazy. Where is this one? Spy Who Loved Me. Yeah, again, the cultured mad scientist who wants to destroy the world and has a ton of like these gorgeous hot chicks he wants to recreate humanity with.
A British agent in love with a Russian agent. Détente indeed. Sit down, Mr. Bunn.
All right, this is the one where he's got the secret gun underneath, right?
Faster than you think.
You shot your boat, Stromberg. Now it's my turn.
I know. I'm not that much of a... I mean, I think, Dr. No was probably the pinnacle of mad scientist villains. Even though I do absolutely love Spy Who Loved Me. No, it's not. It's not high up there. Okay, it's wow, going down. It's above Goldfinger. If you remember when we did the best pre-title sequences, Kurt Jurgens as Stromberg. Right, and then you had Moonraker, which was essentially exactly the same type of villain. Mad scientist wants to repopulate the world with a bunch of hot women that he's got hanging out on his satellite. Where is it? Where's my Moonraker one? Here we go.
Tedious inevitability of an unloved season.
I didn't think there were any seasons in space.
As far as you're concerned, only winter. And the treacherous Dr. Goodhead.
God, I forgot the name was Dr. Goodhead. Oh, and the treacherous Dr. Finger Up Your Ass. It's like I want to hump a lot. I love this stuff. What's his name? It's Drax, Moonraker. He's not high up. I'm sorry, because it's a pastiche at this point. Okay, here we go. Moonraker, Drax, whatever his name. That's Cracks. Drax. 5. After Moonraker, you have one of my favorites. I really like them coming back down to earth with For Your Eyes Only, right? The Sheena Easton soundtrack. It's but again, it wasn't like such a great villain. I mean, Julian Glover as Ari Christos. What was the plot? I think he just wanted to. Oh, he was the arms dealer selling the ATAC computer, right? That's what it was. And Julian Glover, look, Julian Glover was better in City of Death than Doctor Who, frankly.
Drop it.
Yeah, I prefer Topol to Julian Glover in this one. But yeah, this is the one where it started to teeter on the edge of parody. Right? I did like Topol. It didn't go over the top parody until the next one, which is Octopus. All right, let's get a bit. Major Gogo comes in. There he is. All right, so rich arms dealer again. It's kind of like the Elliot Carver. Even though I think he was probably more interesting. He goes above all of these. I think Rami Malek, Toby Stevens. But I know, you know what? For your eyes only goes over here. For your eyes only. What's the name again? Julian Glover. Julian Glover. So is this all of them? Let me check. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. So the top 10 being, we have Donald Pleasance. I am amazed. He came out on top. I did not expect that. Donald Pleasance, followed by Christopher Lee, followed by Sean Bean, followed by Yaphet Kotto, followed by Javier Bardem. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. Mads Mikkelsen. What are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dr. No, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Robert Connor, 8. Charles Gray Blofeld and the Telly Savalas Blofeld. That's my top 10 right there of Bond villains. What's your top 10? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. These are all very good things they do. Anyway, I've got to go. I am so late. I went an hour over what I normally do. I'm going to be back on Sunday. There'll be content out on Friday and Saturday. And I'll be on downstream on Saturday. What time is it? I think they start at 7. I think somewhere around there. Anyway, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to head off into the sunset. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again and say good night. Good